We are ready to go live. Ready to go live. We are ready to go live. Ready to go live. Let's see if it works this time. It works. It does. Does it work? Everybody. Rock your body. Yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Da-da-da-da-da. Roxy's back. All right. Okay, it does work. Nice. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes. Hey, I'm a millennial, so I listened to that Backstreet Boys back in the day. Backstreet's back. All right. Yes. Yes. Well, I've had my coffee. Guys, I'm on Benadryl, so the Benadryl has been making me a little bit sleepy. I am a little sleepy. Every time I'm making my videos now, I'm like, oh, I'm so sleepy. So I've been trying to combat that with my favorite, caffeine, of course. So the Benadryl and the sleepiness, I'm fighting that with a ton of cold brew coffee. It seems to be working somewhat, a little bit. I still get a little bit sleepy though. It makes me really, I don't know, it makes me kind of, I don't even know the term, maybe like groggy. I don't know if that's the right word to use. It makes me just like, yeah, this week I filmed 2 videos for you guys and I struggled. I will say I was struggling quite a lot because of the sleepiness, but I didn't have it this morning, so hopefully my nose isn't running away from me. Oh, come back, nose. Oh no, there it goes. I didn't have it today, but I do have my caffeine so that we can get through this video, especially through the screaming dogs. So many of you sent me messages about this video, especially about the barking dogs. I tried to edit out the dog barks, but it was way too much work, and honestly, it didn't even sound any better. So we're going to be watching today with the dogs barking, and it is loud, so I'm gonna lower it. We'll do our very best. We'll do our very best. But thank you all for letting me know about the dog barking. But we are going to be watching the canine units all over the Watts residence the day of the sermon on the porch, basically. This is the same day that it happened. It was the same day as the sermon. Yeah, as you can see, you guys, I got a little LED light. Let me know what you all think. I don't know if I want to keep it there. I don't really like the string dangling like that, but I don't know. I thought maybe bring some aura, right? Bring in some of those vibes into the set. Give us some of that purple light, some of that purple aura. I even have a nice little purple lilac shirt to match with it. So I don't know. You guys let me know if it's blinding you. Oh my God, I can't see. But I also dimmed the lights too. I'm trying to get into the vibe here. It feels nicer, at least to me. The light isn't blinding me. It's not directly in my eyeball, like burning into my retina. Sometimes I can't even really see the screen because the light is directly in my eyeball. But welcome. Thank you to all of my moderators. Thank you to my moderators for being here. Thank you all so much. Hello from Australia. Hello. How's everybody doing? Yeah, we just heard the news, rest in peace, death, because Chuck Norris came after it. Yes, it's terrible news, but we know that Chuck Norris, I mean, will he ever rest in peace? Because as we know, Chuck Norris is the death, is he not? So many jokes around Chuck Norris. I grew up watching Chuck Norris and I always loved his films. So rest in peace to Chuck Norris. But yes, he did. He did. I found out via the chat, believe it or not. Thanks, Cosmo Bear, for keeping us updated on the news. Thank you. Yeah, I saw it in the chat and I'm like, what? Chuck Norris? Really? And then I looked it up and yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, how is everybody doing? How's everyone doing? Before we start here, I was talking to a few of you. We are getting our calendar together. So many of you have tons of extra theories and things that we will be adding to our calendar here throughout the week and through the rest of this series, the Kessinger series. And so, yeah, I appreciate each and every single one of you for going on the community tab and bringing in all of your opinions, your theories, and any knowledge that you have on the case. That way we can keep building on our calendar here. So yeah, before we start, anybody want to let us know any other news? Yeah, thanks, Cosmo Bear. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news here. Yes. Yes, a moment of silence for Chuck Norris. Great actor, and he was an incredible human being as well. But yeah, so we are going to be watching. Here it is. It is Chris Watts and the K9 units at Chris Watts's house. This video is 57 minutes long, and what we're basically looking for are any other clues, anything else that we might add to our calendar, and anything that might stand out, anything that pops up, especially the dogs around Bella's bed and in her room. Anything that stands out that we can add to the calendar that will make it better, let us know, and we will go ahead and add that to there. Yeah, the Kessinger calendar. Yes. Yes. Nichol Mom Life. Oh, the Kessinger calendar with the K. I love it. Yes. All right. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video and see what kind of craziness stands out, what Chris says that is insane, and anything else that is weird that we might stop and think about and talk about throughout this video here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. No sound at the beginning.
Well, that's what I was going to try to stop them before they went in, but that didn't happen, so that's okay. Hey, Chris. So we need to have everybody step out of the house.
Okay. Mostly because we don't want the dog to get confused with all the stuff
Correct.
going on.
So you can leave that there. You can leave your camera there.
I'll break it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to mess you guys up at all. Because my scent has,
There he is. This is Officer Perez. So this is the footage that we were watching last time. We kept looking up at the sky and we were like, oh, it's so nice. We kept fast forwarding it. This is Officer Perez. This is his body cam. Yeah, we got like 4 videos from Weld County from Officer Perez. That's about it. And they were all broken up into a bunch of different little videos. It's a mess. It's a mess, whatever Weld County sent to the public. I wonder if it was done on purpose. I think so. But you all let me know what you think.
Level 9 to 10. She's just getting the dog off track up and show me in service, please. What's that? Oh, the dog. He's in the back.
He's in the back.
Step down.
Yeah, just in the driveway is totally fine.
I know that Chris is panicking right now. Even the way he's walking. Huh? Is this outside? Do I go outside? He doesn't know how to act. He's trying to behave normal as always, right? This guy is trying to be so calm. Oh, I'm not a suspect. I didn't do anything to my family. But then he's also acting like a bystander, like the neighbor. Oh, let me know if you need water. What do you need? Do you need some snacks? Yeah, do you guys need an umbrella? It's so hot out, isn't it? Do you want me to turn on the water, the sprinklers? Yeah, yes, okay. Yes, let me know what you need, sir. Anything to help. Literally, like a bystander. He's the dad and he is the husband. Yet he's out here sweeping the front yard, mowing the lawn for everybody. Here, let me mow the lawn for you guys so that it can look nice on TV. Yeah? Is that gonna help? Huh? What an idiot. Of course, he's wearing the same clothing that he's been wearing for like the past 2 or 3 days. I don't even think he showered. Where would he shower? He would have to shower at his house. And as we know, ever since this happened, he hasn't even gone anywhere near Nichol Kessinger. So he hasn't showered because Chris would shower at her apartment. He's not going to shower at his house anymore. So that's what we know. He has not showered. So his first shower was in prison. Isn't that funny? It's funny. I hope he didn't drop the soap. Let's continue.
Go over that with her real quick. All right, here is my card as well.
Okay, thank you.
So I had to dig it out. It was very...
He will be hysterical for a few minutes till he settles down. That's just the way he's real intense.
Okay.
But he knows what he's doing.
Perfect.
So. He looks real calm now, but you
Just wait. Brace myself up.
Yes, brace yourself. That's what makes him...
He's a lab. I would expect nothing less.
4 labs in 38 years.
Really?
So this will be the 4th one.
Wow.
And the last...
So they only had the canine unit, no feline unit. Not that I know of. I know that Chris was mentioning every unit under the sun, every rank in the military and in the police department. And he mentioned every state on the East Coast when he was talking to the news people, but I have not seen the feline unit, unfortunately.
They're great dogs.
Over 75, and we had awesome opportunities. So the good Lord's been good to us.
That's great.
So I'm going to take this gal out. No, you wait. His name is Cody. But really,
Yes, and I have watched a few clips of this video. I haven't seen the entire video, like the whole entire video. But I do notice the same thing that you guys are saying, that they ignored the signals from the dogs. The clips I've seen, it's very, very noticeable, at least for me. I mean, I'm not a canine person. I've never trained dogs in that aspect. But at least for me, it seemed like the dog was signaling to something. But I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that they know what they're doing. They're the ones training dogs. But to me, it did look that same way as well. It did look like they were kind of like, oh, it's okay, doggy, come this way. But then again, I don't know. I don't have any training in canines.
Just the vest, huh? That's good. That's well trained.
Right. Yeah. So these dogs all have very different ways of notifying their trainer if they smell something. So they'll either bark or they'll sit. There'll be something that they do that lets the person know that there's something going on. And as we'll see, the dogs are going to bark and they're going to make a lot of, different signals. But again, I don't really know what we're seeing here.
Yeah, it's all over social media. Friends are posting, families posting.
I assume people are looking trying to contact her friends and everything.
Yes, liberal cat lady. Yes, definitely. Yes, there's definitely a different bark. A different bark for different things is my understanding.
To see if she's
I would assume so.
out. You know, like a lot of times people in domestics will be talking to their best friend about what's going on, and you know, then they can go over there and
Yeah, it's.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe that the lady that was out here is a family friend, and
All right, and there they are. They're already barking. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just bring it back a little back, a little bit. There we go.
hot. Hi, yes, yes.
All right, and those are the very, very loud barks. Those are the loud barks. I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward through those. So the hard part about this video is that I mean, we do want to watch it with the barks because the dogs are signaling to stuff, but it's also very, very loud. And I can go ahead and turn the volume down on this end so that it doesn't get too annoying, but we do have to listen to it because, I mean, the dogs are barking. Whoa, okay. All right, first bark here. I always thought that this one, yes, please keep the barks in, yes. I always thought that this first bark here was interesting. Again, I don't really know what the dogs are barking about, but I've always noticed that what is it, that cushion on the outdoor patio furniture, one of the cushions was turned the other way. And if you have OCD like me, I noticed that right off the bat. If it were my couch, I would have never let that cushion stay the way it is with the lines going diagonally and then the other ones are going vertically. It just, to me, it would completely drive me insane. And I think, at least from what I know about Shanann, I think she would have also not allowed that to happen. That cushion would not have been left that way had Shanann seen it. So when I see this bark, I always think it's weird because I think of the cushion. Why was the cushion flipped around? And then also the dog is barking. So we can go ahead and think it's nothing, but what's up with the cushion? Yes, let me know what you all think about that. Exactly, Nicole. Yes. My OCD would go into into I hyper overdrive. Same. My OCD would have never let that cushion just stay that way ever. And so I think it's really weird that the dog is barking. Yes, it was actually always like that after going through earlier in the night she came home. But I wonder when it changed. I wonder when who moved the cushion? Was it always like that and then she came home and she didn't notice it cuz it was late at night? Did it happen when she was at home while she was in North Carolina? When was the cushion flipped that way? And I don't even think we can't see the cushion in the actual video, right? When Shanann gets back home, or can we? Same cushions in the basement. Trauma smells, pheromones and sweat, etc. Yes. Hello from Serbia. Hello. Yes, it was put back in a hurry. Chris moved them at some point. I think so too. I think it's really weird. Again, it could be nothing. It could be nothing. It could just be that, someone moved the cushion. Probably Shanann, she didn't notice it. But I think it was really weird. And this is only because of what we know about Shanann. I mean, look at her closet. We're about to go through and look at her closet. Everything was color coordinated. Everything was organized so beautifully. Nothing was out of place when it came to Shanann's home. And so I always thought that the cushion was weird. Yes, I saw the cushion too. I walk by my curtains, fix them if they aren't. Yes, exactly. Yeah, if they aren't on both sides of a window. It's just something that would bother us. At least it would bother me. I would not just be like, I could not go outside and do things and see the cushion there and just leave it there. I would not be able to do that. But again, that's just me. But anyway, let's continue.
Smells like cleaning, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can see it when she came in. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think you can see the video. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up actually. We're going to go ahead and watch that video here. Once I find it. Here it is. Okay, and oh, there it is. Okay, so you can. Here, let me just make it go a little bit smaller here. There we go. Okay. So you can kind of see it. It's right here. So these are going down this way and these are going the other way. Yeah. So it's right here, but she didn't notice. She didn't notice them when she was walking up. Yeah, she didn't look. She didn't look. So again, I think that if she had, at least if it were me and I had seen that and it was 2 in the morning and I was coming home and I'm tired and I saw that, I would still move it if I had seen it. And I think Shanann would have too. Just based on what I know about Shanann, that she would have also moved it. Yeah, she does. She looks really worn out. I mean, she's been working and she's been dealing with Chris's BS. Could you imagine? Poor thing. Not only was she working and trying to put food on the table, but she's also having to deal with Chris's weirdness. He was distancing himself from her at this point, making her all kinds of confused. I mean, the psychological toll that he was putting on her was enough. That was torture in and of itself. Anyway, let's continue. Maybe Chris was, what was that? Oh, stashing stuff prior to her arrival. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. The other thing that I remember is when Nichol Kessinger was talking about coming over. Like she said that she went over Chris's house and Chris was supposedly cleaning. He was cleaning the living room area and that Chris had moved furniture over to block the front door. Do we remember that Nichol Kessinger said these things? Supposedly blocking the front door. And then she doesn't remember if she went in through the door or the window or the chimney. Oh, I don't remember. I just remember that he made me dinner. Chicken and carrots. That's where we heard the chicken and carrots. It's when she came over and they moved furniture around. I wonder Was it the outdoor furniture that Chris was moving around? Is that when it got moved around and then he put the cushion back, but it was wrong? And again, why was he cleaning and moving things around? What was the purpose of that? She said, Nichol Kessinger said that that happened on August 4th, right here, this day right here. That's when supposedly Chris started his weight loss journey. And let's go ahead and we're just going to take a little detour here, just a quick little detour so that we can read Nichol Kessinger say it. These are her own words, ladies and gentlemen, her own words. This is the interview with Nichol Kessinger, Kevin Koback, and this happened on August 21st of 2018. And this is what she says. And this is the answer that she gave to the question, which was this one. Kevin asked her, do you know if he was following the complete routine? And then Nichol Kessinger says, as far as I know, he was following it, and he had told me that that is why he lost a bunch of weight. He said that the reason he lost so much weight was all because of Thrive. And then he said at some point a few months ago, I think, maybe, perhaps, I don't really remember, he had started getting stagnant with the weight loss. And so that is when he decided that he was going to start working out again. And then he decided he wanted to start eating healthy as well because he was realizing that like he plateaued and he still wanted to continue his fitness. But I think he was realizing like maybe a diet, like a healthy diet and exercise is what I need at this point. So that was the avenue that he was starting to go down, and he'd been going down it by some time by the time I met him, but he was still doing Thrive on top of it. That was the answer. And Kevin says, okay. And then she keeps going with her answer. So the thing that caught my attention about this recently when I was thinking about it is the fact that I think maybe the reason he was doing a 2 a day, and this is just speculation, it's because like he had plateaued. So maybe he was doubling up because he thought he had plateaued. So the reason that this comes to my attention is because of his weight loss. So he lost 13 pounds in about 5 weeks. In fact, I can give you the dates. Yeah, he lost 13 pounds from July 4th to August 11th is how much weight he lost, because July 4th was the day I went to his house and sat down with him and asked him, how much do you weigh, Christopher? And he asked me, can you just like look at my macros and see how much protein people my size actually need to eat and all? And just asked me to like glance at it. So that's why I went over a lot, right? A lot of text. The question was, do you think he was following the complete routine? And look at everything that she answered. This is what we watch. But we watch her say it. When you read it, it's actually worse. Look at how many words came out of her mouth. And all she needed to say was, oh, yes. Yeah, he has been. But the thing that really caught my attention was the fact that she remembers exactly how many pounds he lost and from what date to what date. But she doesn't remember anything at all. She doesn't remember anything about the 111-minute phone call. She doesn't remember what she sent Chris, the text message that she sent him on the 13th. Oh, I don't know what I sent him for him to text me. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. They would freak out. She doesn't remember anything, but she remembers that she went to his house on July 4th to talk about macros and about how much protein people his size need to eat. And that was on, what was it? Not August. Yeah, it was on July 4th. So she's claiming that on July 4th, she came over Chris's house and helped him clean. And it was also the same day that they made chicken and carrots. Also suspicious. Also suspicious. What do we think about that? Yeah, what do we think about everything, the word salad of Nichol Kessinger? The actual text, when once we actually see what she said, it's insane. Look at how many paragraphs for one tiny little question. Oh yeah, she remembered when his condoms expired. Oh my goodness. Nicole Kessinger remembers when his condoms expired, people, but she doesn't remember what she talked to him for 111 minutes about the night before the murders. Oh, he lost exactly 13 pounds. And he started gaining 3 pounds of muscle each other week. Bi-weekly. Yes, bi-weekly, he was gaining 3 pounds of muscle. Because of his macros, I helped him dial in his macros on July 4th, the same day we ate chicken and carrots and asparagus. Could you imagine? Look, I know the dates she tells Kevin Koback. So, I do know that from July 4th through August 11th, he started his weight loss journey. So, here it is. It's right here. The weight loss journey started on July 4th. July 4th. And his weight loss journey, oh, so sad. Look at this. It ended on Saturday, August 11th. Oh, his weight loss journey. I wonder what happened. Oh, did he start eating mackerel and tuna? Is that what he started eating in prison? Yeah. With his little friend, Chucky. He's having to share his food now. He's having to share all of it. Oh, let's ration. Let's ration our tuna, Chucky, because I don't know when I'm going to get fed next. Wow. So we know on July 4th is when Nicole Kessinger showed up. So I wonder if July 4th is also when the outside cushion got flipped over. But let's continue.
What's that?
I said, let her know about the beads.
Yeah. Can't imagine an adult doing that.
Brace the right there if you want to.
Yeah. Because the carpet's otherwise been vacuumed. I mean, you can see the vacuum marks.
Do you think the dogs were giving NK's scent? I think that the dogs were smelling something different. Does anyone in the chat understand how these canines work? How they work? Yeah. How does this dog work? How do I turn it on? No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Yeah, what I mean is, what are these dogs trained on? From my understanding, the dogs are trained to smell. So there's like a baseline smell. Again, this is just me explaining it very haphazardly. This is not, don't listen to anything I say. But the way I understand it is that the dogs smell something that is a base, right? So the smell of Shanann and the girls, the smell of the house, so the smell of Chris. And then anything outside of that that is different, whether it is stress hormones or maybe another person, that is what I believe the dogs are signaling. Is that correct? Um The way that dogs work, at least in the military, they were very different. The dogs in the military were trained to sniff out IEDs, anything that is an explosive, anything that can be used as a weapon. But I don't really know how canines work when it comes to forensics or crime scene investigations. Decomposition. Yes, Shelly. Yes, they are trained to smell decomp. Any smell of a decomposing body. In this case, sniffing for blood. Right. Yeah, they smell blood or any type of bodily fluids or sweat. Yes. Yes. So, again, who knows? What is it that the dogs are smelling here with the cushion? Was the cushion used for something in particular? These cushions are also in the basement. So what are they signaling to?
Very, very well kept house.
Cosmo Bear says they smelled trauma in the basement, definitely. Yes. They were tracking dog, they were also a decomp dog. This is a trauma dog though. Okay.
These beads, those be of interest to him at all as far as the kiddos go?
I agree with you, Tommy girl. Or Tommy's girl. I bet that Nichol Kessinger was on that cushion too. I do believe that. I believe that Nicole was hanging out outside on the 4th of July weekend.
We haven't. Looks fairly specific to him. Work boots, cooler.
Tools or anything. One time I had subject that had been cut up in pieces,
Yeah,
stuffed down the garbage disposal, the bathroom drain.
really.
So that's why they're fall down. Let me check.
All right, dog is barking in the kitchen. And yes, I'm reading some of you are saying that the dogs bark for trauma, others smell for decomposition. So yeah, so all these dogs are trained to smell different things in the house. They mostly ignored the dogs outside on the walk. They're tracking dogs who follow the scent of a person. There are trauma dogs who use the scent of trauma, hormones, and cadaver dogs that follow the scent of decomposition. Thank you. I'm missing your lives for some reason. Oh no, Claire. Is there a way to, I know that you can set like a schedule or not a schedule, like alarms for it or something? Chris is probably outside on his phone ignoring Nicole Atkinson. Oh, yes, absolutely. They baked by sliding door, so that makes me think someone went out back. Interesting. Interesting. So, do we believe that maybe some people came over and started smoking and joking down in the basement? Is that what we're thinking? Because those smells definitely are in the basement. If they were doing something, whether they're, like, smoking weed or whatever, they're definitely gonna leave that smell behind, and I'm sure the dogs would've immediately picked that up, if not the humans. I mean, the humans would've picked that up right off the bat, and knowing that no one in the house smoked any weed, obviously, who else was going to bring that into the house? Not Chris Watts. I don't think he was the one smoking anything before Nichol Kessinger. So what do we think about that? There was tire marks backed up to the fence in the backyard. Oh, wow, interesting. And we do know that Chris, while he was talking to the news crews, he kept mentioning the back. If somebody probably took her from the back. Oh, they probably took her from the back because there is no camera back there. Yeah, the camera doesn't exist. It's all just in the front. And he keeps talking about the back. This is why I always thought that if Nichol Kessinger was there that morning, she came in through the back because she was not there through the front unless Chris took down the Vivint. He took down the cameras or shut them off or something the morning of so that Nicole can get in or the night before. Who really knows? What about the tire marks? Jaden's Gigi, welcome. Welcome. Yay. Welcome to the live. But yeah, let's continue. Especially, oh, yes, Michelle. Yes, the wrecked office. That's the other thing that we know is that somebody wrecked the entire office. And as we know, Shanann, incredibly organized. She was organized. There is no way that she ransacked her own office. Why was the office ransacked? In my opinion, and this is just me, this is my theory, is that someone was looking for an iPad or some other means of communication in that office. Remember, Shanann changed the password on her phone. And so if someone was supposed to be pretending to be Shanann being alive, they had to have access to the text messages. So someone ransacked the office looking for an iPad or another phone or maybe even an Apple Watch to be able to text. But that's just me. Let me know what you all think. Did they just go to the dog? Is that what just happened or am I hearing things? Is the dog signaling here? Because it sounds like it.
These are great sources of scent from kids.
I think think wife's office. Her shoes were in this back room to the right.
Okay.
The second one to the right.
Cody, come here. Cody. Hey, right now, first here. What's that?
It's pink, whatever it is.
Yeah. Could it be diluted?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Doesn't have the right color
No, it
tint to
doesn't.
it.
What is that they're looking at? Are they trying to see if that's like a drop of blood or something on the floor?
But you just never know. So.
Right.
All right, let's finish up here. And then we'll go back there. And go downstairs. Getting more and more tentative as we go through the house. You notice that? That doesn't necessarily mean it could mean a high intense fight. So it could mean several things because the body chemistry changes
Sure.
on all that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Here it is. This is Shanann's office, isn't it?
A lot of these are motion activated. These are the shoes that she took the...
It's a mess in here. Look at that. Dreams come true. Look at that desk. My desk would never look like that, you guys. Just so you all know, if I ever go missing, something ever happens to me, and somebody comes looking into my house and checks my office, it's never going to look like this. It's never going to look like this. And I know that Shanann's office would never look like this either. She would never leave her desk looking a mess. Look at that. There's papers all over the place. It really looks like someone just grabbed things from somewhere. Who knows? Maybe just started opening all the drawers and flipping things on the desk. Mine does. Nice, Carolette. Hey, to each their own, to each their own. I know I have friends that are like, hey, I find things in my mess. I'm like, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But I can't find things in a mess. Everything needs to be organized or else I can never find it. See, even my water, I always just automatically go for it because it has its own spot, right? This is where it goes. And so my stuff would not ever look like this. But this is something that caught my attention when I was watching this, especially listening to Nichol Kessinger and then listening to Chris Watts talk about the iPad. This is what I was looking at. This office, how ransacked it was. And it makes me think, who else would do this unless it was someone desperately looking for a password somewhere? What do you all think? Someone said she didn't let the girls in there, but do we know that? I can be messy, but dirty is another story. Yes. Oh, yes. Organized chaos. Yes. I'll give you a key. There had to be more cameras somewhere. Someone was searching her password or looking for insurance paper. Yes, I can't imagine Shanann working from home would be unorganized. Exactly. This looks like someone was looking for something. Whether it was Chris or Nichol Kessinger, we can't really say, but someone was definitely looking for something. This was not Shanann. I don't believe that Shanann left this mess behind. Yes, no way Shanann let the girls tear it up like that. Nichol Kessinger was looking for that phone code. Yeah, Shanann was a perfectionist. Exactly. I think she had one hoarder room. A hoarder room, I think, is a bit of a stretch. See, I have one miscellaneous drawer. That is my drawer if I see something and I'm like, oh, I might use this little piece of rubber in the future. Who knows? I might need it for a project. I grab it and I throw it in the drawer. Miscellaneous stuff. Sometimes I'll just be looking for stuff. I'm like, oh, I just need something. It's this tiny. It needs to be made of metal and it needs to have a little point. I need it to, I don't know, poke at something. And then I'll go looking at my miscellaneous drawer and I'm looking through trash, literally trash from like 1992. And I'll find it and I'm like, oh my God, there it is. And it's nothing. Who knows where I even found that little piece of contraption, that item that I needed. It's very specific design. But I found it in my trash drawer. Sometimes I can even make a bunch of things out of my trash drawer. I can make an entire robot if I just start putting all the things together. Oh, what is this? Oh, look, a used Q-tip. Oh, I can use this as a rotor. I can make it a rotor. So many cool things in the miscellaneous drawer. You don't know. If Nichol Kessinger found my drawer, she would pawn it. So many goodies in there. It's a treasure chest. But what do we think? Yes, I have a miscellaneous drawer too. Yeah, I feel like everyone has a miscellaneous drawer, right? Yeah, yes, treasure. It always comes in handy. Exactly. You never know when you'll need that little piece of lead, right? See, I have a lead pencil. And if I find the lead, I'll just find the lead just laying around. And I'm like, oh, I might need that in the future. I might need it for an art project when I'm 87. I'll need it for my Sudoku. Let me save it. Hey, you never know. You never know. Save it for the future. But anyway, let's continue.
Sent off of.
That's you. So there's plenty of first senders here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What in the world is that?
Wow.
Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
It might. It sort of sounds like it.
Something. I heard it.
That one. Did you hear it?
I did.
All right. We just heard the sound. It's very faint, but there's definitely the sound of something laughing. It sounds like a little girl or a doll laughing. Very, very weird. Let's see that again.
That's you. So there's plenty of first senders here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What in the world is that?
Wow.
Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
It might. It sort of sounds like it.
Something. I heard it.
That one. Did you hear it?
I did.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaden's Gigi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, You're My Favorite Channel. I think the officer looked like that because they were looking for the death insurance and maybe a phone password. Oh, yeah, I completely agree. Now that you guys are bringing up the insurance, I had never even thought of that, to be completely honest. Thank you for bringing that up because I never even thought that they were probably looking for that. But of course they would. Of course they would be looking for life insurance money. They were pawning rings. Shanann hadn't even been missing for a whole 24 hours, and Nichol Kessinger was already telling Chris to pawn the ring. So, honestly, yeah, it's not that unbelievable to think that they were looking for something in the life insurance documents. But I think that this part is really weird. Everybody, I don't know, everyone has their own thoughts on this, but I thought it was weird. Where's the doll? Because I didn't see a doll. I didn't hear it anywhere, but I did hear a girl laughing, the sound of a little girl.
Where did that come from? Because all he did was go straight in there.
I mean, look at this. Look at this closet space. Look at how organized it is. The shoes are all very nice and neatly organized. Look at all her purses. Everything is coordinated. So why was the office that messy? They don't find a doll. It's on the floor in a bag. We debunked it on another channel. Oh, okay. So for sure there's a doll on the floor in the bag? What bag? I didn't see it. I didn't see the bag.
That was strange. Well, we're making note of that.
I heard it. I definitely heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, and then he just sort of turned around and looked.
Okay. Look at this. Was this always messy like this? I don't think that the floor would look like this. With how nice and neatly everything is put away in the closet space, why would there be stuff on the floor like this? It makes no sense to me. Yes, it's a squeaky toy on the floor. Oh, okay. I'll definitely have to watch that other video you guys are talking about. Because I've tried to rewind this and watch it myself and try to figure out if there is a doll or not, and I haven't seen anything. That looks like kid stuff. Yeah, this all looks like, I don't know, what is this? I don't know what that is. These all look like office things. I don't know, stationary. That's the word I'm looking for. Stationary. Yeah. So this is like, yeah, what are these? Markers? Maybe a coloring book or something. These are some more markers. So yeah, it looks like a bunch of stationary coloring stuff. Arts and crafts.
Was she on any? Oh no, she was pregnant. I was gonna say, do you know about drug use in the house or pot?
Not that we know of.
And here we see a photo of Shanann and Chris. So when I see these things, I do picture what Nichol Kessinger would have looked like walking around Chris's house at that time. Anywhere that she went, whether it was upstairs or the girl's room or any turn that she made, she was going to see Chris and Shanann's photos. And it makes a lot of sense that Nichol then started withholding Twister from Chris after she went to the house because she saw the pictures. She saw the family home and then she got all weird about it. Oh, she got all envious and jealous and she's like, "Oh my God, no more Twister, Chris. It hurt my feelings." even though she was the one all up in a house that wasn't hers, in a house that belonged to her boyfriend who was married. But this is what I think of when I see these pictures, because, yeah, I imagine Nichol Kessinger being in here and having nothing but envy and jealousy in her heart, seeing that this is Shanann's office, that she's able to make it happen, that she's a boss babe, she's out there getting it, while Nichol Kessinger is, I don't know, working the oil fields or whatever. Oh, I work the oil fields. Can you believe it, Kevin? All I've ever wanted in life is to work in an office with some AC. Yeah, I just want some cold air to be blown at my face, Kevin. That's all I've ever wanted. Yeah. And now that I have that perfect job, it all went away. It's so unfair. It's so unfair, Kevin. Can you please write me a letter of recommendation, please, Kevin? Yeah. That's why she was out here asking for letters of recommendation, because she didn't have a job like Shanann's. Shanann was out here ending up on the, what is it? God, what is not Thrive, but what is the actual name of the company? I always forget the name of it. Lavelle. There we go. She was in the Lavelle magazine. And what did Nichol Kessinger have? I give away the gift cards, everybody. I give away all the gift cards. Be nice to me. Oh my God. Chris smiled at me. Here's a gift card, Chris. Here. Oh, you get another one. Here, you get 10 gift cards of $100 each. One for smiling at me. The other one for that beautiful haircut. Oh my God, you're so handsome. Here's another one for not running me over. Yeah, safety first. And all the rest of them are just because you're cute and I have a crush on you. Yeah. It must have been nice. To work with Nichol Kessinger. If she had a crush on you, you were going to end up with free gift cards. What is it? What is it with Colorado? Well, what's going on in Colorado? Nikki had the personality of a toenail. Oh, man. Man. I love it. What kind of toenail? Is it the ones with the little gremlins underneath? The ones that need Lamisil, is that what it's called? Lamisil. It kills the fungus. That kind of toenail? Because if it is that kind of toenail, then I would say no. Because those fungus toenails have a lot of personality. Each fungus has its own personality. So maybe a non-fungy one? I don't know. Let's continue.
Let me finish the house and then I'm gonna go out in the garage. And looking for some kind of access to the attic.
Probably in the garage would be my guess.
Maybe I should finish that then go to the garage.
That or upstairs.
Oh, there's an upstairs.
There's an upstairs, yep. All the bedrooms are upstairs.
Well, let's do that.
You want to go up first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the upstairs?
To the right?
Oh, I see it. Okay.
What's that? I do, yep. That's where that's at? Okay. Okay.
All right, we're moving away upstairs now. She's confused. She walked by the stairs. Oh my goodness. I agree. I really wish that we had another canine handler here. Um, maybe someone that knows that we are in a house with 2 stories.
So there should be in that basket.
Here we go. This is the laundry room. The laundry room. What laundry was Chris doing the night of the call, that Monday night, when Nichol Kessinger and Chris were talking on the phone and Nichol says, "Oh yeah, the sheets were smelling or something?" Yeah. What's going on here? He talks a lot about the laundry. He gets all weird about it, and then he doesn't even know what his children were wearing the night that he put them to bed.
The kids' clothes and their nightgowns
Okay.
that they may or may not have had on that night. Not me.
Just letting. Yeah. Well, you may have carried something, or.
It's possible.
Definitely scent coming out of there.
Yeah. So there's your attic access right there.
All right, the dog has not made any sounds at all here.
To climb up there.
You know.
V-Bug, I heard she was a volunteer. Oh, really? Are we talking about the lady that is handling the dog? She's a volunteer dog handler.
I've had those. Sometimes.
It's just my gloves.
Since this place has been so intimately cleaned recently, that's kind of interesting to me, unless that's the way they live. Can you see any kind of dust or anything on that shelf where somebody might have
There's no.
put their hand in? Doesn't look like anything recent.
No.
Okay. Okay, that's what we needed to know, though.
No, it has not been disrupted.
Okay. So that's good to know that, though.
Yeah, even the laundry room is decorated. Even the laundry room has cute little things on it. That's how much Shanann put into her house. That's how much work she put into making the house welcoming for Chris and for the girls. This is all Shanann. Remember that Chris says, "Oh, I wasn't even allowed to choose the colors of the wall and this and that and the other thing." Yeah, it's probably because he has terrible taste. His favorite color is beige. Retirement home beige. That's my favorite color. My favorite color is tan. The tanner, the better. That's his favorite color. So, of course, he wasn't going to be allowed to decorate anything. All of this was Shanann. And so when we go around the house and we see how decorated and organized it is, and then we see a pile of clothes in the corner or a pile of documents on the desk, all of this doesn't really seem like it was Shanann, and it definitely seems like it was someone else that made this mess.
Maybe the bathroom. There's a question in the bathroom.
Have we looked at the video of police looking in the trash? No, we have not. Not yet.
this is their bedroom and master bath, and then the girls' rooms.
Okay, so the clothing that they are taking out of this hamper, this is the one that Chris was talking about, that he said, "Oh yeah, the clothes in the clothing hamper is the clothes that I put in the clothing hamper." Yeah, yeah. So this is the clothing that she's taking out, and she's taking pictures of it. Do we think anything weird of about this at all? Yeah, so the clothes that she's folding right now is the same clothes that she pulled out of the clothing hamper. I can't really see. I wanna pause it right over the actual bucket thing. Like, I wanna see what's in there. Okay, we can barely see anything.
I'm in the laundry room.
So there are other videos of the police coming back at night. So the part where the sheets are found in the kitchen trash, I don't think it's in this video. I wanna say it's in the other ones, um, the ones that happened at night, but I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it's in one of these. It's when they go back inside and do a full sweep of the house when nobody else is there. But we can definitely watch these videos. Like I said, there's so many that Weld County released to the public, and they are all scattered and mixed up. So here's another one. This is the one where poor Dieter, he's just barking. Poor baby. It hurts my heart. But yeah, I think these are the other videos, and we can definitely watch all of them. And yeah, here's another one as well. This is on the 16th. So the day after Chris got arrested, they go back into the house and then they start looking through the entire kitchen and stuff. So yeah, here it is. Yeah, so we can definitely we'll watch all of these videos so that we can piece everything together, but I don't think that that is in this video. But let's continue.
What's that?
All right, here it is. So the dog is barking in Bella's room. The dog is barking in Bella's room, and we are about to see that there is something under the bed. Now, I did have a theory about this. I believed that the morning of the murders, maybe both of the girls were hiding under the bed and they probably left behind some stress hormones, or they probably urinated and left behind some kind of smell or some fluids that the dog can then pick up. So this was my theory. Now, watching a clip of this, I don't think that what any of the girls could have fit under the bed, but you all let me know. You all let me know what you think. We're about to see the clip, and I don't think that the space under the bed is big enough for a 3 or 4-year-old to fit, but let me know. Let me know. I mean, I used to fit when I was little, but then again, the bed kind of looks narrow. The space between the floor and the bed looks tiny.
Yep.
See if you can go in. Here.
I've got a book under there. And a rock. Oh, hello. Just a big book.
All right. What do we think? I know it's tiny. We can't really see it because of the angle of the camera. It's above it. Wasn't the crystal under Cece's bed? Yes, I think the crystal was under Cece's bed because here they're going to pull out a book. Yes, they're going to pull out a book.
No storage or nothing. Now see, this is a bed though, so scent will go down. Even if somebody's sleeping in
Oh,
there.
that was my glasses.
Up here. Now, did you get everything?
Yeah, do you want me to pull the book out? It's literally right here.
Oh.
That's it?
Scent.
What do we think?
That's what he was showing me.
Okay, that's what it is. I'm gonna step back in the laundry room for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, they were in Bella's room. They found a book. The crystal, I believe, is in Cece's room. But they found a book. But what do we think about the space under the bed? Do we think that Bella could have fit under the bed? It did look narrow, like I said, but that's how it looked to me. I don't know. Did it look narrow to you guys?
What's that?
Flashlight.
Yep.
See if you can go in. Here.
Oh, actually, now that I see it from this angle, it kind of does look like a 4-year-old can fit under there. It kind of does. What do you all think? Just let me know what you all think. Because to me, it looks like a tiny a kid can definitely fit here. Now that I'm seeing it. No, a kid couldn't get under there. It was only big enough for the officer's hand. Really? Here, let's see. Let's watch it again.
I've got a book under there. And a rock. Oh, hello. Just a big book.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I think you're right, V-Bug. Yeah, that's the base of the bag. Okay, so yeah, right? So it does look too small. It looks too narrow for a child to fit. Okay. 4-year-olds can fit under most anything. Yeah, but that does look maybe like it's probably like a fist height, maybe. Maybe the height of the cup, my mug. Although I don't know. This angle is a little tricky. I'm not really able to tell, but it does look very tiny. No, her hand barely fits under there. She could lay down. The dog is definitely alerting. I don't think small kids really hide under beds. They go to parents for soothing, not running away or hiding. No one is getting under that. Plus, she was scared of him even as far as North Carolina. Yeah, I wouldn't hide under the bed. You are trapped.
No storage or
Yeah.
nothing.
So
This is a bed.
it does look
So scent will
like
go down.
it's too small, and I don't think a child would have fit there. So then where did the book come from?
You everything?
Yeah, do you want me to pull the book out? It's literally right here.
Oh.
That's it?
Consent.
Uh-huh.
That's what he was showing me.
Okay, that's what it is. I'm gonna step back in the laundry.
Yeah. All right. So definitely no child can fit there. Yeah, I don't think a child can fit under the bed. So then my theory of Bella hiding under the bed, I don't think it's plausible because I don't think a child can fit there. It's way too small. Way too tiny for a kid to fit under there. But the dog was barking. So then the dog was barking. So there is something still, even if a child wasn't hiding under the bed, the dog is still barking. There is a book under there. They pull the book out and the dog seems to be okay. But it's definitely signaling something. So what do we think it's signaling then? If it wasn't a child hiding under the bed because they don't fit, would it be the book then? What's the book? Yeah, please go back to see the book. Okay, let's go back to see the book.
What's that?
Flashlight.
Yep.
See if you can go in.
Here. I've got a book under there. And a rock. Hello. Just a big book.
Nothing. No storage or nothing. Now see, this is a bed though, so scent will go down. Even if somebody's sleeping in
Oh,
there.
that was my glasses. Up here.
Now, did you get everything?
Yeah, do you want me to pull the book out? It's literally right here.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay. I think I know what book it is.
Up here.
Now, did you get everything?
Yeah, do you want me to pull the book out? It's literally right here.
Okay. Wait, do we know what that is? It was a kid's book and a Himalayan salt rock. The book is Just a Little Critter Collection. So, do we think that something happened to the girls in this room? I think it's really weird that the book is under the bed. Especially because Nichol Kessinger likes to say, oh, just read, Cress. Oh, I thought it was so nice that your girls have books. Yeah. She even tells Kevin Koback, I thought it was so nice that his girls have books. Yeah. When I went upstairs and I looked in their room, oh my God, your girls have books. It's one of the things that she noticed right off the bat. And here we see a book under the bed of Bella's room. The dog is barking. Is it possible that Nichol was in the room and she grabbed the book? And was she trying to do something? Or is this all because of Chris? Yes, that's what I was going to say. Yes, Boops 88. Yes, because Chris admitted that there was a murder attempt on the girls on their beds. Yep. Is it that? The stress hormones? Because he said himself that he tried to annihilate his children in bed. So is this what the dog is smelling then? He's smelling the stress hormones that Bella felt while she was sleeping and Chris or possibly someone else was trying to strangle her or smother her. Yeah, the dog is clearly alerting. Yeah, it's very clear. The dog is alerting. The people here, the handlers, are aware that the dog is going crazy here. So now they're looking. Maybe she was hiding. Maybe she was sitting up against the bed on the floor. I think NK did those attempts too. Or though. Yeah. Is it possible that that's what we're seeing here? The attempts. And the dog is smelling that. He said he choked them once and they woke up. Yeah, because if this is what we're going to think, that Chris tried to smother them in their sleep and the girls then woke up. That's probably what the dog is smelling here. Or is it possible that Chris actually killed both of his girls in the house and that's what the dog is smelling? What is the truth? Again, what happened? Yes, he killed them or tried to in there. Hello, LA woman. Hello. Yeah, but something very, very significant with Bella's room. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down. There's really nothing. I don't really know if what we can even come up with for our calendar here because we don't even have that much information. But it's definitely something that we'll write down and keep it in the back of our heads because at least now we know that no girl can fit under the bed. So that theory is out the window. And now we can move on with other theories.
Oh,
That's it?
consent.
Uh-huh.
That's what he was showing me.
Okay, that's what it is. I'm gonna step back in the laundry room for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I need to grab some photos.
That was a good boyfriend. So he knows the kid's dead already.
Perfect.
And he's showing me. In the stool, in the bottom of the stool, I don't know if it's rust or whatever. But look in the bottom of the stool there. Do you suppose that's rust in deposit or some kind of sediment?
It looks like sediment
Okay.
because there's layers.
Okay. Just because I know what's happened, you know, and people stuffed.
There's no water in this toilet.
Oh, really?
Nope. None. The toilet's dry.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Oh, lift up that and see if there's water in the tank.
Let me hook this back up. Yep. There's water and...
How can that be? That wouldn't be.
I'm not sure what that is.
Unless they would suck the water.
Do we know this for sure? What's going on with the toilet? The toilet wasn't working in this bathroom? Cece liked to play with the toilet. Okay, so this is nothing then? This is just the toilet not working for sure? Because this is... I had never seen this one, this part here. Just not working or turned off because of water in the tank. Oh, okay. I had a rental home with the same layout. I never had water in that toilet. Okay. Okay, so then we don't think anything is weird with the toilet then, right? It just didn't work. Is that what we're saying here? They kept it locked. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe it wasn't working beforehand. Okay. No, the toilet worked, but the water is barely in the toilet. Okay. All right, so nothing weird. It's just a toilet that doesn't work. Probably all those macros that Chris was eating, all the protein, all that chicken is what made the toilet not work.
Right.
Hey,
It's kind of weird.
I did. My hands were full. Yep. Okay, yep, I will send them to you. You bet. Bye.
You know, maybe I just old-fashioned. This almost seems like this place is a little bit too immaculate to be normal.
It's amazingly clean.
Do you know what I'm saying, though?
I do. They're using that as like bed rails so that she doesn't roll out of the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the little one.
The little one?
Yeah.
Yep. Good idea, that's. Get that.
There's nothing under the bed.
Yeah, no, he didn't do like he did here.
Nope.
Nope, so he knows.
All right, so definitely nothing under Cece's bed. Where is the crystal part?
See, some places he's a little bit more interested than other places.
Wonder where the used diapers are. Scent-wise.
Yeah, I don't know if they're scented or not. Those aren't used though.
No, but if they had like a
Uh-huh.
trash can or a pail, but
He got it. He's got it.
get this closed the right way.
So it's not a crystal, just a rock? Under Bella's bed, the rock, she said. Oh, okay. Okay, so then there wasn't anything under Cece's bed. Cece's bed was way narrower, the space between the bed and the floor. So definitely nobody hiding under the bed there. So maybe that was a rumor that wasn't true. Yeah, exactly. And see, this is the thing too. It's once we start watching too many things and reading stuff on the internet, a lot of things end up becoming rumors, you know? So I think at this point we're just going to move forward without the rock. I didn't see a rock unless any of you guys saw the rock. Should I rewind it? Let me know if I need to rewind it and go back because I did not see a rock under any bed. Yeah, too much barking. You're cutting in and out. Oh, really? Should I rewind it a little bit? Okay. All right, let's continue.
Definitely, some places are more interesting than others to him.
Yeah.
You're doing good, Teddy. Now let's see, where did we get? Boy, this place like a maze, isn't it?
Yes.
You didn't want,
Lots of Jack and Jill going on.
you didn't want to pay attention to that at all. Definitely.
Yes, Ada Banana brought up a very, very important point here. I think Nicole smothered them because of how she says they were so little. They were so little. That has always made me wonder if Nicole ever met the girls. And I think that's the thing that makes me think that she was more involved is because of the way that she describes the girls. She even says that they were this little. She makes this motion with her hand to tell us exactly how little they were. So, I mean, I guess you can say that as a person with common sense, maybe a 3 and a 4-year-old is about height, right? I can just say, "Oh yeah, I think a 3-year-old is about this tall maybe." But that's not how Nicole Kessinger says it. She says they were this big, which to me, it's almost like she is confirming it. She's very clearly saying that this is how tall they were. So that means that she knows exactly how tall they were. They were this big. Well, if you're just watching the news and you just see pictures of them and you're describing them, you wouldn't describe them as they are this big unless you actually met them in person, right? That's just me. I think I would only say that if I actually met them and I knew exactly how tall they were. But it's definitely her acting. It's her weird, "Oh my god. Oh, they were so little." They were like this big. Oh my god. Which it's just an act, of course. All of it is an act. Terrible acting. None of it is actually believable. But then the way that she says, "Oh, they're this tall. Yeah, they're this big." What? How do you know? And the height that she chose was correct. Exactly. She actually was right. They were exactly that tall. So many psychologists say that the voice she uses is very immature. Yeah, because it is. It is. I mean, we know that Nicole Kessinger, every time that she's talking to the police, all of it is an act. "Oh, help me, kind sir. Oh. So the thing is, I really want to help these guys, sir, officer, but the thing is, I don't know how to turn on my Wi-Fi. Please help me." And then she looks at Kevin and is like, "Oh, okay, Kevin. What do you need from me? Oh, you want me to tell you what I remembered? I don't remember anymore. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah. You went on your lunch break, and then I just immediately forgot everything that I was gonna say. Oops. I didn't write it down. Even though you told me to write it down, I forgot. I should have written that down. I should have wrote down that I need to write down what I need to remember. But because I didn't write it down, I forgot to write it down. Sorry. Yeah, real bad acting. And so, again, a lot of this makes me believe that Nicole Kessinger actually met the girls. She had to have known how tall they were for her to say that's how tall they were. But anyway, let's continue. What room are they in right now? Do we know what room they're in right now? What is this room here? Got it. Got it. Thanks, Cosmo Bear.
This is Claire. Okay, you're doing good, Betty. Okay, you're all right. You're doing really good.
Liberal cat lady, you and I both. You and I both. I thought Nichol Kessinger was just another innocent mistress until I watched her police interviews. That's actually what did it for me. It wasn't anything. It wasn't the YouTube videos or the Reddit or any other post. It was her. It was her own behavior that made me believe that there was something more to her. And then it was all of the lies that were very easily, you can easily tell not only that she's lying because of her behavior, but you can literally just go back and see all of the things that she Googled, all of the messages that she deleted, and you know that she's lying because it is proven that she lied. And so that is also when I started to believe that Nichol Kessinger was more involved than she let on. It was her own behavior. It was her own behavior and her own lies. I'm looking at this house and I just can't wonder, I just wonder if Nicole would have ever made a house look like this for Chris. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think Nicole was the kind of person that would actually make the house this vibrant and this lively. Chris is such an idiot. God, what is wrong with this man? What more could he want? This is the thing. Ugh, I can't. I can't with this case. No matter how much I talk about this, every single one of my videos is about Chris Watts. I still can't believe it. This guy is such an idiot. What a moron. He had everything that anyone could ever ask for in a partner. Nicole would have never made a home look this beautiful and this lively. There's no way. I like to camp. And of course, I'm not saying that just because you like to camp, you're not going to have a pretty home. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that she'd rather hang out with the mosquitoes. Bzzz. Oh, I love to camp, Christopher. Bzzz. Look at me. I'm not materialistic at all, Christopher. Bzzz. I love the mosquitoes, Christopher. Don't you? That's what she said. She says she's not materialistic at all. Oh, look at me. I live such a simple life. I love living with the mosquitoes and the ants. I'm one of them. I'm one with the earth. Look at me. I'm a cave woman. And that's what Chris liked. Oh, I liked that she camped. She camps by herself. Oh my God, says Chris. Can you believe that, detective? My girlfriend likes to camp by herself. Oh. And the detectives are all like, oh my God, that's amazing. A woman who likes to camp by herself. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That's what he liked. NK was the cool chick. Yeah. And look at me in my Forerunner, Chris. I'm very outdoorsy. Yeah, you like me because of that, don't you? She bought furniture here on Craigslist. Nothing wrong with the second hand. Well, nothing wrong except for when Nichol Kessinger breaks into your home and pawns it. You're safe though, unless you are the aunt. If you're Nichol Kessinger's aunt, hide all your batteries, guys. Hide your batteries. Let's continue.
Okay, now is there anything else left up here?
Yep. don't know what's in this closet. Husband and wife, room, and the master. And furnace.
That panel is open.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Cody, come here.
It's got just a magnetic cover that fell off, it looks like.
You guys, I can't with the brown two-piece bathing suit. I can't. I can't. I can't. That bathing suit is atrocious. It's atrocious. It looked like she picked it out of Baby Gap. She went to Baby Gap and found it in the corner under everything. It's all dusty. It's got all the dust bunnies on it, and she picked it out and she's like, "Oh, this is perfect. This is going to look so good on me." She's picking off all of the dust bunnies. How much is this? Oh, $2.99. Perfect. It's a deal. Look, Christopher, I got it at 80% off, just like my condo. And the thing is, I'm not a bathing suit person. I don't like bathing suits at all, but I would never choose that one. I'm just not liking the bathing suit. I'm just not liking the bathing suit. It's the color. I think it's the color for me. It's the color and just how, I don't know. It's very childlike. I'm not a fan of it at all. Clearance bin, brown bikini. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely the color. Maybe if the color had been different, you know, just anything but brown or tan, just not beige. Don't get it sand color. Don't get it poop color either. Get something else. That's a crime in and of itself, I think. The brown bikini. She should have been arrested just for that, if anything. If they couldn't hold her for anything, they should have arrested her for wearing that brown bikini. I think that's enough evidence to hold her, in my opinion. But I don't think Kevin Koback agreed. Let's continue.
Let's see. Let's turn that fan off. Yeah. Okay. Shh.
Here's a pair of her shorts. I don't know if they've been touched or moved.
Well, where is it? It's a sign of something that would be where the physical.
Did she burglarize her aunt's house and that's where she found the bikini? Probably. Probably. Or did she find it at a pawn shop?
took place or remnants of certainly sin all over, but that's
Sure.
what he's supposed to be doing.
She traded in all of her AA batteries for the top. And then she had to come back and trade in AAA batteries. The bottom was more expensive than the top, I bet. She needed way more AAA batteries than she needed the AA's for the bottom. So she was just wearing a diaper for the first week until she was able to collect all of the AAA batteries that she needed from her aunt's house.
Something that is trauma scene
Okay.
is what
That's what he does.
I'm looking at. More of that.
Okay.
Certainly downstairs when we first came in, that was interesting. But that could have been an argumentative place too. Is it clear? It is. Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys are saying. I agree. I don't think Nicole is unattractive. Yeah, she's definitely just plain. And compared to Shanann, it's like night and day. I mean, obviously. Shanann was very classy, but she's also, I don't know, I think she's just objectively more attractive. That's just me. That's just me, even though it is objectively, she was objectively more attractive. So it isn't just me. It's a fact. It's a fact that Shanann was more attractive. Again, I don't know what these guys saw in Nichol Kessinger, but I mean, I will say, I think it's just the way that she carried herself. She's very much like a gal who's like with the guys, you know, she's like a guy, but also a gal. So the guys kind of like that. They're like, "Oh yeah, nice. She likes to watch football. Awesome. Yeah. I like her. Oh, and she also likes to camp. Yeah, she's one of the boys. Yeah. But she's also a woman. Yeah. Heck yeah." So it's like that, like the 2-in-1. Oh, she's one of the boys, but she's also my girlfriend. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's not that Nichol Kessinger is ugly. I just think her personality sucks. Her personality is ugly. She's ugly on the inside. And Shanann was definitely attractive on the outside and the inside because she actually cared about people. She actually cared about her friends, her family, and her stupid husband. She realized that he was dumb. And even towards the end, she realized, hey, maybe I've been treating him like the dumb guy that he is. But she realized that, hey, she needed help too. She needed therapy. She wanted to do couples counseling so that she can work out her marriage with her husband. And this is the thing with people, is that when you realize that you are also part of the problem, the people who actually want to get help do. The people who are mature about these things seek out the help that they need. People like Chris Watts, on the other hand, will not. He will rather blame it on somebody else than to accept that he has any fault of his own. Thank you, The Last Lazy. For the she should have been arrested for the brown bikini at least comments. So funny. That's why I like you, Rox. Thank you. Thank you, The Last Lazy. I mean, it is true. I think that is enough to hold her, detain her for the night at least, investigate that brown bikini and where it came from. It is an abomination. Pick me, says Nikki. Pick me. Let's continue.
That they what? Car seats?
You guys are funny. You guys are so hilarious. Chris liked her from the neck down. Oh my God. NASCAR seems to be unbelievably boring. Oh, yes. Hey, some people like to see cars go vroom, meow, meow. So exhilarating. It's really titillating my brain. Oh. What's that tickle? Oh, that's one of my brain cells, I'm sure. That's definitely a brain cell vibrating. Yes. Or is that the vibrations of the chair? The seats are moving because the cars are going so fast. Vroom. Meow. Chris bought her $180. Shanann worked her butt off for what she bought. I think Chris was jealous of her in that way. 100%. He didn't feel like he had his life together before he met her. She made him grow up. Oh, yes. 100%. And this is exactly why I think that the family also didn't like her. Cindy and Jamie and them, because they saw just how, I don't know, how low quality he was in comparison. They probably didn't like that Shanann was way too good for him. That's what made Cindy upset, is that she knew that Chris was very low effort. And here's this woman with so much ambition who is able to do whatever she wants and whatever she sets her mind to. And now she's the one in this relationship with her son. And she's telling him, oh, your son needs help because he's an idiot. He's a dummy. He needs help here. He needs help there. I'm sure that's not even the way she said it. She was probably very nice about it. But Cindy took that as an insult. She took that as an offense. Oh, you are insulting my son. You're insulting the work that I've done as a mother. And so to me, that's a main reason why she didn't like Shanann. It's because Shanann was elevating her son, not the other way around. And she didn't like that. Again, that's just my opinion based on what I've seen from Cindy. Let's continue.
They should. They're little. Okay. How do you feel about the car seats in the car in the garage? That needs probably to be the other dogs. This dog is looking for different. I'm right here. Hey, come to the door. Perez, hanging up on you. Perez. Yeah, hang on just a second. That's the other track team.
Okay.
So this dog's looking more for trauma or heated areas. Those dogs are going to track the scent. So we may be able, if they're still out there. Have they started yet?
No.
Yeah. They what? 989. Who was it?
Just to be advised, I have an update in your call. RP has possible information for you.
Yes, unpopular opinion. I think that Chris was a good husband before NK, and he was a good dad too. And I think that's why a lot of people are stuck on this case, is because some do believe that he was a good dad and a good husband. Before NK, everything pointed to Chris being a good dad and a good husband. But I think this is where it does become an unpopular opinion, is that if he were a good husband and a good dad, he would have never been swayed by a woman. And I think that's where I would argue that he's not a good husband and he was never a good dad, because had he been, he would have never ever been influenced by a coworker. A good dad and a good husband would have never cheated. A good husband doesn't cheat, and a good dad doesn't kill his family. A good dad doesn't kill his own children. And so when people say that he was a good dad, and especially the mom tells him this all the time. Oh, Chris, you're such a good dad. Everybody knows that you were a good dad. Yeah, except when the time came to murder his family, he did it. So was he ever really a good dad? He was only a good dad up until the point that he murdered his family. But I do get that point. I do get it. And I think that's and it does make a lot of sense, especially why the investigators went back to talk to Chris, because they see this man and they see the same thing. this man who he loved his family, right? Supposedly, he liked them. There's pictures of them, there's video of them. He seemed like a nice person. He wasn't abusive. By all accounts, Chris was a good husband. And I think that's why the investigators went back to try and understand how did this happen? But when we really think about it, no good man, no good husband, and no good dad would ever do this if they were actually good. So although we do say that Nichol Kessinger was the influence, Chris Watts was still an evil POS. There's still something about him. He still didn't love his family, and he wasn't really good. He was only good because of what society said was good. He only behaved as what society told him that he had to behave like. Oh, this is what husbands do, so I need to do this. This is what good dads do, so I need to do that. But I don't think anything ever came from his heart. None of this ever actually came from his own internal effort. All of this came from external pressures. And in this case, it was the pressure of Shanann. Hey, be a good husband. Hey, go do the laundry. Go make the kids, their lunch. Go make them their snack. A lot of it was with the help of the women in his life. But thank you for bringing that up, though. Thank you so much. Because yeah, a lot of people do say that, and I mean, it really is one of the reasons that I was obsessed with this case in the first place, was because I also saw that. I saw this man and said, "What in the world? He's not abusive. He's not, screaming at his family. So how did this happen?" But yeah, I mean, once you start looking into it and his upbringing and the way that he was, I don't think he was ever a good man. Ever. Let's continue.
Want contact by phone reference to the call.
Copy advised. They're watching that back to PD anyway. Yeah, that's. There were multiple in there. That's why. Okay, that's why we asked. Okay. All right. Where are we heading?
Anything I need?
Nope. We got about 12 things going on this time.
Yes, he did. He Googled, how does it feel when someone tells you that they love you? Again, this is a man who went with the motions of life. This is a kid. This is a guy who was born, he grew up in his house, whatever, with whatever, I don't know, his family dynamics were. And then he grew up, became an adult. He knows that there is a lifestyle that you must fall into, right? And so he just went along with it. This is the man who just went along. He just went with the motions of life. This is what I need to do. And so when he finally got married and he had kids, it's just something that was normal to him. This is what people do. But once he met Nichol Kessinger, I think he finally felt lust like he had never felt before. And so for once in his life, he finally had to Google, what is this feeling? I don't think he ever felt that with Shanann. He never felt that kind of, he never felt that joy or excitement with his children either. So the first time he felt it was with Nichol Kessinger. So he had to Google what this feeling was. What is this? Oh my God, this is intense. But I think that with Shanann, he never felt this way. It was just something that he had to do. He saw her on Facebook or wherever he met her, and he's like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll just pursue her. I think she's pretty. And he pursued her. They got married. They had kids. Again, just going with the motions. Nothing that came out from him, right? It's nothing that he actually cared about. His hobbies aren't even really his own hobbies. His hobbies are his dad's hobbies. NASCAR, that is a Ronnie thing. That is not a Chris thing. He only likes NASCAR because his dad likes NASCAR. He has no personality or thoughts of his own. He is an empty shell of a person. 100%. Chris Watts is an empty shell. He doesn't have any original thought of his own. No feelings at all. My brother is in the same. Oh, Tammy. He had no personality of himself. He's whatever he was told to be. Yes, exactly. He's like a robot. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Yeah. She studied what he wanted, became his exact match, and he was done. Zero personality. Zero personality. Even NASCAR tech, I bet it wasn't even really his idea, I don't think. It was probably Ronnie's dream. I don't know this for a fact, but I do believe that NASCAR tech was Ronnie's dream. And then Chris followed in his dad's footsteps. He probably couldn't even finish NASCAR tech, or if he did, then he did. But I don't think that it was something that he was actually passionate about. He only did it because his dad liked it. But let me know what you all think. Let's continue. Oh, thank you. 44, or what is it? 14, 44. 14. What is that? Piddler? Let's continue.
Have Katie started yet?
All right, we are in the basement. We are in the basement, y'all. The basement is one of the biggest theories, I think, or at least the most theories come from the basement. What do we all think about the basement? I think that Nichol Kessinger was in the basement. I think she was in the basement, and I think that Chris showed her where he was sleeping in a way to prove to her that he was sleeping separately from Shanann. How do I know this? I don't. I've only come up with this theory based on what Nichol Kessinger says, on what Chris has said, and then just basically just based on their own words. But what do you all think? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Eric Isa? Thank you. He ran down there really quick before he let the police and NA in the house for some reason. Yeah. Remember, when he got home, he was in the house by himself for like how long was he in there for? 3 to 5 minutes? He was in there for a really long time. Doing what? Hiding evidence, obviously, but what was he hiding? Where was he hiding it? One of these windows are the ones that I think that Nichol Kessinger came in through. This is where I think either one of these. What do we all think? He opened Shanann's car door? Yes. No way. She didn't walk around that house, slithering around like a serpent. Yeah, she definitely slithered in and out of this basement through one of these windows here. This is probably where she was hiding most of the time. Who knows if she was even hiding here when Shanann showed up? What do we think? Oh, same. Everyone that comes in says, "Oh, you're listening to that funny girl again?" Hi, Farrah Fox. And Kay slithered. Yes, Carolette.
Copy, break. Pelican 85 dispatch.
85.
What is that stuff in this bin?
Copy, 1238.
Just a fucking zero, just part of your violation.
Go ahead, sir.
Center of Oil Drive.
Then there's staircase.
1239.
Here, come over here. First. Because the fan's running in there.
Something just came up in my brain. So we know when neighbor Nate is telling the police that he heard screaming, that they would fight, and he was talking about Shanann and Chris. But later he redacted that. He said that that wasn't true, or maybe he misremembered or something. But is it possible that it is true, but it wasn't Chris and Shanann fighting? It was actually Chris and Nichol Kessinger that were fighting? Is it possible that they were fighting in the basement? That she started screaming at him once she started slithering all over the house, looking at things that she wanted for herself, and then she got into a fight with Chris, and that's when they started screaming at each other? Is it possible that that's what Nate heard? Yeah. Because when I think of the screaming, it would have to come from Nichol Kessinger. Especially if she's the one having a meltdown on the 4th of July, screaming, "I don't want to be a second fiddle, Chris. I'm nobody's second fiddle, Chris. Pick me first." If anything, that's probably what they were screaming about, and that's what Nate heard. He heard a woman, but he had no idea that it was Shanann. Shanann was gone for 6 weeks at North Carolina. So where did Nate hear this? Yeah, it's possible that it was in the house. It was Nichol Kessinger fighting with Chris. Shanann was a screamer too. Chris was not. Yeah, I don't really see Chris as a screamer, but he's definitely the kind of guy that will just like walk out. But let's continue. Oh God, the barking dogs. I'm trying to make it not so loud for you guys, but I don't think it's working.
Quiet. Are you trying to tell me something? I just need a break.
Yeah, those are some piercing barks for sure. What is he barking at? All right, so they're looking at this area here. This is right under the stairs. I really wish I had a floor plan of this house because I'm trying to understand where the basement connects to what. Is it possible that Chris brought Shanann's body down here? But what is he barking at?
Something's upsetting up here.
Yep, something's upsetting in here.
Just that's up 105.
Talk for you, Nichol.
105. You can attach me to that meet. I'll be on the same as well.
Something's upsetting here, in this area. Here.
Yeah, he either killed her in the basement or he prepped her in the basement. Yeah, this spot right here is very curious, and it's right under the stairs. That's something that we have to keep in mind. It's right under the stairs. So is it possible that Chris dragged Shanann down the stairs, prepped her body in the basement? Because she had 2 paper bags wrapped around her hands, and then she was wrapped in a sheet, and she also had a plastic bag around her feet. So is it possible that he brought her downstairs, dropped her right here, right in the front, and that's why the dog is barking? Is that possible? Paper bags were done by cops. Were they? Were the paper bags done by cops? The autopsy report says that, yeah, that the body was delivered with paper bags. But thank you, Cosmo Bear. To preserve prints. Got it. Got it. But Chris told Sherilyn Cadle that he put stuff around her hands and her feet though too, right? What if Nichol was hiding there waiting to help? They were plastic garbage bags. There we go. Yeah, so all of the things that he needed to prep Shanann's body would have been down here. And I think that if Chris, what he's saying is true, that after he killed Shanann, she relieved herself, it would probably be easier to prep her body in the basement because it's easier to clean. It's easier to clean than to clean the carpet because it looks like the basement is cement, right?
Something's upsetting him here.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like cement flooring. So if anything, it would probably be a lot easier to clean up any bodily fluids in the basement. I don't think she made it upstairs at all. Dogs didn't alert by the bed upstairs. He's barking at Cece. She woke up in the basement. Cato said he told her that I seen the interview. Wait, he's barking at Cece? She woke up in the basement. No way did Chris kill all these people by himself. Oh, absolutely not. That is dead weight carrying her back upstairs. Preserve DNA under the nails too. That makes sense.
What's that?
The stairs. So we can mark this area as an area of interest.
Yeah, so the dog is going crazy here, right here, in this little area. There is a tarp on the other side of the stairs, and the dog keeps alerting there. I wish they would turn around and show us the whole basement.
Don't know why. See, he's getting pretty. That's of a trauma type.
Okay.
And it's right by the stairs, and there's a fan running there. So see all of that.
It's on Canyon Bakehouse.
On this other side. Either that
RP's
or
with LBN trucking report, wanting to report their tractor trailer missing. It never arrived, and the driver's refusing to deliver possibly area. Okay, show me on the bike.
his nose is down to the ground a
1241.
lot here. Notice that? It's been up in the air. Here, hey, here. Calm down. Okay, I may have. There's some reason. Okay, maybe have from one of the others.
Could be what?
The handlers don't really seem to know what the dog is barking at. The dog's barking, but what is he barking at? They're like not even really even paying attention to him.
How much of a role will the furnace play on that?
Huh?
Will the furnace affect any of that?
Well,
Do I need to shut it off?
there's a fan in there. I think Jeff or one of them should come in here
What's up with the window and the tarp?
down and
What's up with this? Is that what the dog keeps barking at? Is it possible that Nichol probably came in through this window here?
So,
here's the baby car seat.
this bed is definitely not made. Stuff on hangers, coats.
Oh, that's the bed. Is this the bed? Oh my God, I've never seen the bed. This is the bed where Chris supposedly slept.
That intensity.
Is that what the dog is barking at? That's the bed. This is the bed where Chris slept. Where he would call Nichol Kessinger from. And Nicole's like, oh my God, where are you? Are you upstairs? Oh, there's a TV on. Kevin, did you know the TV was on? She told Kevin Koback that she thought it was really weird that one of the times that he was talking on the phone with her, she heard the TV in the background. Oh, I thought it was so weird. I was talking to him on the phone, and then I heard the TV. Go investigate the TV, Kevin. Why? Because if the TV was on, it's because he was upstairs in his actual bed, his marital bed. And if anything, that's what made Nichol Kessinger upset, is that she heard him watching TV. So therefore, if he's in bed, he must be in his marital bed, in his bedroom, in the same bed where he sleeps with Shanann, his wife. And so this is the bed that Chris is supposed to be sleeping in because there is no TV downstairs in the basement. And that's what Nichol Kessinger was so upset about. That's why she was telling Kevin to, look into the TV. I don't know why there was a TV in the background at all. If he was sleeping downstairs in the basement, Kevin, I don't know why there's a TV. This is why. It's because she has been here. I believe that she has been here. She has been to the basement. She has seen with her own eyes the bed where Chris was sleeping. The bed that she needed him to sleep in every single night. Thanks, Boops. Rox, have you ever watched one of the EMP sound videos? I just heard a creepy moan a minute ago. There's a bunch in this video. No, I haven't. Oh my gosh, I have not. Thank you. No, I'll definitely check it out. I heard a creepy moan. Oh my goodness. No, I know. A lot of you have said that there's a lot of crazy things in this video. And honestly, the clips I've watched, a lot of things do stand out, I will say. A lot of unexplainable things. I can't explain them. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I had never seen the bed. Here it is. The dog is barking. There's a tarp right next to this weird window. Is it possible that Nichol came in through this very specific window here? There's the bed. That's where she would see Chris. She would sneak in and be like, "Hello, Chris. Oh, I see you sleeping down here. Oh, okay. Good job. Bye." She would sneak in. He's like talking to her on the phone, and then she just shows up out of nowhere. "Hello. Hi, Chris." "Oh, you didn't know I was here, huh?" She's hiding behind the tarp. Chris is like, "Oh my God. Oh, hello, Nikki. You scared me." What if that's where she hid? She came in through here and then spent the night with Chris that Saturday. That Saturday that she said that she and Chris had Twister night at her apartment. I think it was here. I think it was at the Watts residence. And I think it was in that bed, that very specific bed. And why is the dog barking?
They say he hasn't been that intensity.
There's a dead wasp on the bed, but
Not been that intensity.
There was an extra phone found there and an eye mask for sleeping. There was an extra phone? Really? Do we know this for a fact? Like, we know for sure there was an extra phone? Whose phone was it? All right, I wrote that down. I think the phone was his. Huh. Trying to think if Chris Watts would be upstairs bed to lure Shanann to think he was ready for love. Chris said they had a ceremony and NK gave him something to drink. I wonder if it was down here.
Intensity, yeah.
there's a sleeping mask right here too. There's a sleeping mask right there too.
And this has not been cleaned up like everything else.
Sure hasn't.
See, this may be her scent. Something has set him off.
Well, that's a night.
I don't know. Seeing the bed is just so surreal for me because I feel like a lot of things happened in this bed. I don't know why. I just have the feeling that a lot of their twister calls or whatever, their little sexy talk happened in the basement. When he would run away from Shanann when Shanann was home, and he would run away and he would go hide in the basement. Ew. What was he doing?
Sleep.
Is that what it is?
A night sleep mask.
Something has set him off down in this area. Maybe get Jeff or one of the others in here and see, because with this,
Let me. I'll have Officer Perez send one of them in.
before they get going, just bring him down into this area and see, and just because he's so intense. Okay, that's a good boy. Come here. Okay, sit down. Okay, with that fan going,
I just shut it
it's
off.
hard to tell where that scent's actually coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll get him out.
Hey, can you send one of the canines down to the basement, please?
Let me get him out of here.
Oh, definitely. I agree. Chris is definitely an air mattress kind of guy. He's over here blowing it with his mouth. All right, just 3 more blows. And he lays down and it still goes all the way down to the ground. Oh, my back hurts. Oh my God. The ground is so hard. Just 2 more blows. If he's anything like trying to start a fire, there's no way. There is no way that Chris can put air in his air mattress. There is no way. Is this the hole or is this the hole? Which one do I blow into? I don't know. This one says air in. This one says air out. Oh, I guess it's in this one, huh? Do I inhale or do I blow? Read the instructions, Chris. How do I get air in this? Just read the instructions, Chris. I don't know how to read. Is it possible that that's what Nichol was doing? She was helping him read the instructions on the air mattress? Oh, Chris, just read. What do you mean? What do you mean your back hurts and you're sleeping on the concrete? Why? Oh, you don't know how to put air in your air mattress? Did you read the instructions, Chris? Bye. See you, Julie Cooley. Let me know if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. See ya. Read, Chris. Just read. This is Nichol Kessinger telling Chris to read every step of the way because Chris doesn't read. All of this was Nichol Kessinger. This is why, again, it's so hard to believe that anybody other than Nichol came up with this because Chris doesn't even know how to put air in his air mattress or start a fire with a lighter and lighter fluid. The fire is practically already there, Chris. You just need oxygen. What is so hard about this? Anyway, let's continue.
Yep, she's going to take her dog out, and we need to have one of them come in, and I'm going to stay in the basement and wait for them. So she's coming out right now. Big time. But we don't know what, so that's why we're going to have one of the others come in because they have different skill sets. So keep everybody out. She's coming out, and just have another canine come in. All right? Okay. Bye.
800 block of Stagecoach Drive with 408 Ida George. Boy.
Show pretty fast.
Yeah, the basement is huge. It's a huge basement. And how organized it is. But yeah, I saw someone said, yes, there's one thing that he can do, but I can't say it here. That's why NK was hooked. Yeah, that one thing that he could do. Yeah, do we all know what it is? Oh, he can go downtown. He likes to go down south. Yeah. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, Chris? Do you know? Yeah. That's what he supposedly was good at. But again, this is coming from this is coming from Nichol Kessinger, a woman who had never had any kind of real intimacy with anybody else. I mean, we've seen these text messages between her and Charlotte. She's talking about her exes and this guy, Sean, and oh my God, Chris is nothing like that guy, Sean. No, he never liked to do things to me, but I like Chris because, yeah, he likes to do stuff. So, can we even trust that what she's saying is true? Is it even good? Was he actually good at it? Or is this just because this was Nicole's first experience? Oh my God. These men exist? Oh my God, Charlotte, can you believe it? Oh my God. This man, he's a little short. He's kind of short, I will say. But he does things that no other man has ever done. Oh my God, it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. I don't know. Is it really? I don't know. I can't really tell. It's the first time it's happened, so I think it's good. The visuals, yeah. Yeah. So we have to take it with a grain of salt. Is he actually good at it? We're hearing this from Nichol Kessinger, mind you. Let's remember, this is coming from Nichol Kessinger. So can we actually believe this? Let's continue. See you, Cosmo Bear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the information, for everything that you bring to the chat. Thank you so much. See ya. See ya next time. Take care. Oh no, I have people washing their eyes out with bleach. Oh no. Be careful, don't burn your eyes out.
What's that? Basement. Basement.
That's where he keeps all the chicken and carrots.
Let's just do a search of this
Yep.
without information from what
Yep.
Janie did, and
Yep.
just give you a little bit better information.
Sounds good.
All right, and this is the part where this canine guy is told where to go, And so it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the canine unit if the dog isn't the one figuring out where to go. But let's continue. Hey, Hurt Locker. How's it going? We missed you. We definitely needed to see that chicken, the carrot, the pills, the tent, and the bed. You know, I've actually thought about making a shirt like that. Just emojis. Just the rabbit, the hole, and a rock. Yeah, just a t-shirt with just rabbit hole rock as the emojis, and then another one with a chicken and the carrot emojis. So glad you're here, Hurt Locker. I missed those emojis. But yeah, notice this part. Notice that the dog handler is going around the bed. Something is up with this bed, you guys. There's something surrounding the bed, whether NK was actually hiding here or not. Again, this is just speculation and there's really no proof of this, but I do believe that Nichol Kessinger came over and they had Twister night in this bed. And I don't know, maybe that was the very last thing that she needed to do was all her Google searches, you know, reading the instructions on three-way Twister. That was the last thing that she needed to persuade him. And I think it happened in this house. I think it happened downstairs in the basement. I really do believe that it happened in the basement. It was kind of a way, again, just speculation, just an opinion. But for me, I think that it was a way for Nichol to finally know that this is something that's going to happen. If she can convince Chris to have Twister night in the bed, then she can feel comfortable that he will go on with the plan, if that makes any sense. Again, this is just all me. This is just my opinion and speculation, but the way that I'm seeing this, especially with the dogs barking and something weird with the bed, I think that there's more to it. NK smell. No, not this new dog. The new dog isn't barking, but the other one was. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Horse Gone Wild. Okay, I'll definitely check out the link. Thanks.
We don't know. It's the only bed in the house that's unmade.
Dispatch, Jones County 23.
I love the new emojis, Lisa Long. Hey, we have Chucky the cockroach, a potato, and a carrot and chicken.
Johnson 832. Correction, Johnson 8233.
I'm gonna run down to Johnson's Corner and see if I can attempt to find this vehicle that they've lost.
Copy, Tony, you're up.
I agree, Kay Wilson. I agree. He definitely, yes. Yes, he was intimate with Nichol Kessinger, but not with Shanann. I don't believe that they were intimate that night. And I don't believe that that's how he was able to kind of get her off guard. I don't think so. Again, I don't think Chris was even able to perform with Shanann anymore because he was thinking about Nichol Kessinger the whole time, how he's not going to cheat on her. So I don't believe that that happened. I do believe, though, that Twister happened between Chris and Nichol Kessinger, and that it was Nichol Kessinger's way of confirming, making sure that Chris goes through with the plan. Hurt Locker, the poor dog having to smell Chris and Kessinger's stank of DNA on that bed. I agree. Could you imagine? It smells like mashed potatoes and butter. Ugh. That's all it smells like. Mashed potatoes and butter. Yum. And cans of asparagus. Asparagus juice all over the bed. Gross. So is this a cadaver dog that we're seeing now? This is a different dog, right? He's trained to signal at different things, right? If I'm not mistaken, let me know if I'm wrong. Yeah. No, not the tacos. Not the tacos. I love them tacos. Not the tuna tacos, please, guys. I love tuna. Let's not ruin the tacos for everyone in the chat, guys. A lot of things have been ruined for everyone already. Twister, chicken and carrots, asparagus, what else? Camping. What else is ruined for people because of this? Let's not ruin empanadas. I'm pretty sure no one wants to eat empanadas anymore. Oh, would you like an empanada? An empa what? Ugh, no. Gross. Even though they're so delicious, but everyone is anti-empanada now. Oh, those empanadas are not sexy. I don't want any of those. Those are gross. Let's not ruin tacos for everybody, guys. It's the only thing we have. It's okay with the mackerel, though. I don't like mackerel. You guys do whatever you want with the mackerel.
Text me.
Give me a flashlight.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what to use. So he's not doing his faint frontal, his trained frontal alert.
Okay.
So I would say there's no HRT stuff in there. He has a little interest here. Dex, come here, please. It may be worth looking at this map if things develop. I don't know. It's just kind of had a little bit of. Is this where Janie's dog had interest too? Or?
Very good. The opposite side, so bed area, and we actually shut off the furnace just to eliminate that. But it was from the other direction, right where those coolers were.
Okay.
So a lot of just refocus. So I don't know.
832, can you repeat
So,
that?
if there was
Yeah, if you're not tied up on something,
body
can you meet me out at
injury, there'd be a lot
Johnson's
of
corner?
interest.
Okay.
Sorry.
Copy, I'm just finishing up. I'm gonna head out there in about 2
Am I good to turn this back on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there was just revisiting right here. And the only thing, I mean, there's a bag of rope and some tie downs and a whole bunch of paint cans.
Yeah. So I'm pretty confident.
So something's going on with this coroner, right? They're trying to get the dog to smell whatever the previous dog sniffed in this corner here. I wonder what's going on in this corner with all that stuff. I wonder if that's where Shanann was on the floor here.
Would not be a body or parts.
Yes, very organized, very clean.
Yeah, so if Chris did drag Shanann down to the basement, the stairs are here. It would have been very easy to drag her, and leave her right here. Notice that the dogs didn't really care about anything else except for that corner where the bed is and this little corner here. I really believe she wasn't involved, lured to the basement. There was just another EMP. Oh my gosh. Yes, I think he put the girls there until Shanann got home. We're doing pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, what do we think? I think this is where Shanann was dropped. Whatever Chris was doing that morning and the help that he was getting, this is where Shanann was left. And whatever cleanup was supposed to be done, it was going to be easy to be done in the basement because of the floor. It's cement. You can easily clean it up. That's probably where she was, and that's where the previous dog was. But now this second dog isn't doing anything. Yeah, the dog isn't alerting. This dog is kind of just running around. It's like doing its own thing.
I mean, there's not even dust in the basement. Yeah. I don't know if you guys were out talking with Officer Perez as far as the car seats go and collecting scent. The kids were wet when they got in the car seats. The car seats are still in the car. Both of those kids are old enough to put themselves in and out.
Okay.
So I don't know if he touched those or not, but they passed that information along to me.
Okay. They probably have, especially under the pads, you know, where we're all sweating through and stuff.
Right.
Probably would be a good scent article possibly for the future, but I think we're good for now.
Did it work?
We'll use what we got.
Okay, perfect. Didn't want to not pass something on, so. Wow.
Dispatch, John, County 32. Can you clear me, Robert, from my current call, and I'll be en route to H3's call at Johnson's Corner.
Anything else in the house you'd like us to check?
Unless your counterparts have shared any information with you, I don't necessarily have anything.
Okay. Did she do the garage?
She has not done the garage.
Oh, let's do that.
Okay. Garage should be this way.
Right. And then you go, right. All right. So we saw that. We saw how they left the basement. They went up. They made what? A left, I think. Two lefts. And then we have the garage. So what do we think happened here? I don't think it was a walkout basement. No, so yeah, they were definitely downstairs. So the basement is all the way at the bottom level. And those windows that we see, those are the ones that you have to crawl out of, but it's in the bottom floor. So the basement and the garage don't connect. The garage is on the street level, the basement is under the ground. So if Chris did drag Shanann down the basement, it would make sense that he would drag her, leave her by that little area where the first dog was barking, and then bring her back up, drag her up the stairs, and then get her out through one of these doors here. And when we see Chris pull his truck back into the garage, which one of these doors was open? Do we know? Because there's this door, which is smaller, but we see cars in front of it, right? There's there's these play cars here. So then the garage door that was open was probably the one on the right, this one here. Maybe you guys can't see it. Here we go. This one here is the one that was open. So that's the one that Chris probably backed into and then got the bodies out. Because it looks like this one there's stuff in front of it, and I don't think the truck would have fit in this smaller one. Or maybe it could have, but I think it was the bigger one. EMPs in the garage. One of the screens from the basement window was torn. Really?
Clear me, Robert, from my current call, and I'll be en route to H&Free's call at Johnson's Corner.
Anything else?
Sorry, I'm just rewinding it a little back. I want to see the
Okay, perfect. Didn't want to not pass
screen on the window is torn.
something on, so. Wow.
Dispatch, John, County 32.
Was it that one?
We're good for now.
Did it work?
We'll use what we got.
Okay, perfect. Didn't want to not pass something on, so. Wow.
Dispatch, John, County 32. Can you clear me, Robert, from my current call, and I'll be en route?
I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, it's really hard to tell because of the shakes in this video, but I don't know. I can't really tell.
Route to H&Free's call at Johnson's Corner.
Anything else in the house you'd like us to check?
Unless your counterparts have shared any information with you, I don't necessarily have anything.
Okay. Did she do the garage?
She has not done the garage.
Oh, let's do that.
Okay. Garage should be this way.
You could do the garage and the outside.
Yeah, so two lefts. You have to take two lefts out of the basement. You go up and then left, and then you go to the garage. Okay. All right. A question just popped in my head. I'm looking at the layout of this garage, and it doesn't really make sense to me where Chris backed his truck up into, because Shanann's car is in the way, the Lexus. So did he pull up into this other garage door? All right, you see this? The Lexus is here. There's like a little bit of opening here. So if this is the door that Chris opened and then backed his truck up into, there's no way that he backed the truck all the way up into the house because the Lexus is there. It doesn't really make sense. Or is this just me? Here, I'm gonna pull up neighbor Nate's security camera. Yes, the other door. Okay. Here it is. Okay, make it bigger. I'm gonna make it bigger. Okay. Where is he? So this is the tire. The back portion of his pickup is, it looks like it's in the garage, is it not? The center garage door, people. So it is the center garage door. So this one. No, just a bit of the back of the truck was backed in. Yeah, it looks like it's just a little bit of it. So then he backed it up right before the Lexus. There was never any talk about Chris's work truck. Oh, it's so true. I have to go. Thank you. Bye, Julie. Happy weekend. Thanks for joining. Also, there was a stroller. He pulled up to the garage, not in it. Yeah, he pulled up, but he didn't, it looks like he didn't pull his truck all the way in, right? He didn't back up all the way in the garage. He backed to the front of it. So then he backed up. It looks like, no, the far door. How many doors are here? There's 3? Am I confused here? I thought there was only 2. The Lexus may have been parked down the street. Because this is my question. If the Lexus was here the whole time and Chris backed up his truck, where did he back it up into? Because the other door, the smaller one, had toys in front of it. And now we're seeing this, and we're seeing that he's backed up, and it looks like it is the center one. So he just backed up before he hit the Lexus. He didn't hit the Lexus, right? So he's basically parked right here. That's my question, is where did he park? Yeah, a single and a double. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's a single and a double garage because Nichol Kessinger is talking about getting a 3-car garage for Chris's sports car. The Lexus was in the 3rd door nearest to the camera. That monstrosity of a house has 3 garages, only 2 garage doors, only one. Yes. Yeah, so it was 2 garage doors, one large and one small. The small one is here, this is the large one. So Chris backed up behind the large one. But he didn't back up his truck fully because the Lexus was in the way. He backed up to the double side and there is room for another car. With what money was NK going to get this for Chris? Exactly. He was in the middle. Okay, yeah. So he was parked right here. So right behind the Lexus. Yeah, for sure. I'll pull up the house as well and pull it up from the front. Okay. So this is the house. It's a 2-door. 2-door. So where we see Chris, we see him in the center. So we see him right here is what it looks like from this angle. You guys let me know what you think. He's in the middle. Yes, it's considered a 3-car garage, but it's pretty tight. It is. Yeah, it's 3 cars, so one can fit here, a small sedan, and then maybe 2 other small sedans here. But it looks like Chris backed up right here. So he's right here. So this one was not opened. There's toys in front of it. So he backed up right here. The Lexus was still inside though. It is very eerie. So I just wanted to make sure because we're looking at the inside of the garage and we saw that the smaller garage door was covered. So then I was just wondering if Chris pulled up, did he pull up into the small door? Because then who put the toys in front of it? That was my thought, right? If there was someone in the house, they put the toys in front of the garage door to make it seem like no one was there. But now we see that Chris actually parked in the center, so it does make sense. It makes sense that he parked in the center and he didn't back up all the way because he didn't fit because the Lexus was there. And so really, it looks like the only space that he had to drag Shanann out was this little space here. And that's why I wanted to see where Chris was parked. Because if he was parked right here, that means, look, that is the only space he had. That's it. The space between the Lexus and then in between the door to drag a body out. So if somebody was helping him, there was someone else in the garage with him. Right? You probably won't fit 3 full-size trucks or SUVs. I don't think so. He goes 3 times in and out. Yes, it's right where the Lexus parked where there would be room to walk through the driveway. Yes. So this is it. This is the only space that he gave himself to drag a body out. Where are the dogs? Because if this is where Chris dragged Shanann out of. So before, when we see him walk back and forth and he's getting the truck ready, that means that Shanann's body was literally lying right here. Right? Shanann's body was lying on the floor next to the Lexus while Chris went to the truck to make sure that the back seat was prepped for her body. And look at how much space there is. So how did he carry her out? He dragged her or he picked her up there and then squeezed his way through? He went 3 times for each of the bodies, I think. Yeah. Look at this space. This is it. That's all he had. The Lexus has not been moved since the cops showed up to his house. Thinking Shanann was taken out back, Chris Watts knew of the camera up front and disabled his own front and back over the wood fence. This is interesting, though, this part here. I had not seen this and then compared it to this before. In this video, we don't see any movement. It's 3 minutes long and we don't see anybody there. But let me pull up another one. Maybe in the other one we can see some movement. Nope, not this one either. Let's see. Pull this one up. No movement either. I would have to pull up the full video because this one is in pieces. Okay, here you go. So there's some movement here in this one. Right there. All right. All right, there he is. You saw that? Okay, so where he is walking, he's walking right here. So he was prepping the truck, and my guess is that Shanann's body was right here. If he dragged all three bodies, you can see the shadows. That's where they were put in the bed of the truck. Wonder what he was looking for in Shanann's car. Yeah. It's crazy though, isn't it? This is crazy. This is how much room he had to work with. This is insane. And remember, he's doing this at what? At 5 in the morning? The sun is coming up. So again, it's really weird to me that this man would have the courage to do this as the sun is coming up by himself with no help, with no one telling him, "Oh, Chris, there's someone looking." Or, "Hey, there's a car driving down. Like, stop what you're doing right now." If there's somebody in here helping him, telling him, "Hey, drag her this way. Hey, pick her up like this. Hey, move that stuff around and maybe you can fit her there." It just doesn't seem possible that he did all of this by himself. If she was on the ground, then wonder why the dog would not alert there. Well, let's keep watching.
So we figure the house is clear at this point.
Nikki pinged at 6 a.m. Maybe she bleached the floor. Hey, I've never even thought of that before, but that is a very, very good point. Maybe she did. Why didn't the cadaver dog search the house and not just the basement? The dog isn't even alerting to anything here. So is it possible that it was cleaned up with bleach or something?
Okay. Yeah, that's out back. Hey, Perez.
Look at him. Ugh. Look at his stupid face. It's the first thing we see is a big potato head with eyes. Look at him. Every facial expression of Chris's is that face. He seemed okay. He seemed to be having fun with whomever this is. And then as soon as the police shows up, oh, did you find any evidence, officer, detective, sergeant, staff sergeant? Did the canine smell anything? No. Is a feline unit around? Yeah, now he's super nervous. Look at him. Look at his face.
Ma'am, can you change
We're
this
good if
call
you guys
tag
want to go
from a
back in.
stolen vehicle to a check welding? And
Okay.
in the area of John's Corner, Temple location.
Excuse me. All right, we're done in there. So I'm gonna go double check with other team, but it doesn't
Change
sound
the
like
call
it.
type, but it's something you can intype when you code it.
Okay, well, just for clarification, it's not a stolen vehicle because Indiana never entered it.
And there it is. It was a very long body cam. Very long body cam. But that was a lot. That was a lot to watch. Even here towards the end, I think them looking through the garage and then the basement. I don't know. And like I said, I've seen this bits and pieces of it, and I don't really know what to make of this. I can't really come up with any theory really because everything was just, I don't know, it was a little sporadic, I think. Like there's a cop coming in and then another one leaves and then the other lady has the dog, she's not really paying attention to it. So it didn't really seem all that organized. I do wish that the canine unit, I don't know, was better. Again, no shade to the canine unit, but I do feel like it could have been handled a little better. I mean, this is just my opinion. I've seen I've seen other cases and I've seen other canine units be used for this very specific purpose, and those dogs are on point, but it seems like these were kind of just barking randomly. But you all let me know what you thought. How did he put Shanann on the floor of the truck? Um that's what we know he did, right? That's what he told Sherilyn Cadle he did. He put her in the bottom of, or like the floor of the truck, and then Bella and Cece were sitting with their legs dangling over their dead mother. I think he put her on the bed of the truck, not the floor. The bed of the truck? There's a lot of stuff in the bed of the truck though. Like all of the work stuff. And then could you imagine getting pulled over and there's a dead body in the back? But if he did put her on the floor, he would have lowered the seats flat and rolled her into the bed. She went to the floor. I think she was in the back of the 4Runner. That's why she was curled up in a ball. Someone said one of them was a volunteer in a suspected family homicide. Oh, man. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like I said, nothing against the K9 unit, especially if they were volunteers. But I feel like we're looking for, 3 missing people? A pregnant woman? Where is the experienced K9 unit? Again, I'm not saying that they are not experienced. No shade again. I'm just saying I think it could have been done differently. It could have been done differently. I feel like I don't know. It was a little messy. Did the truck have 4 doors? Okay. Let's look into this now because lots of questions here. Chris's truck, was it a 4? Let's see. Is it a 4-door truck? I don't know. Okay, here's a video of Chris's truck driving by. All right, so this is his work truck. Okay, so The reason I don't think that Shanann's body was in the back is because you can't put any bodies in the back. Look at it. And it's not a four-door car. It's a two-door truck. So it's the ones, yeah, so he would have had to open the door, bring the seats forward, right? And then somehow drag dead weight onto the truck and get her to kind of rest on the floor there. How did he do that by himself? When it's almost daytime, when it's 5 a.m. In August during the summertime? And he did this by himself, which with this much space in the garage, mind you, this much space, there was like this much space. And then he had to drag the body and put her in the truck all by himself. Yeah. He would have had to go around and pull her in. Exactly. It didn't happen that way. Exactly. There's like no room underneath those jump seats in the back. How was this done? Why is this such a mystery to us? How was this done? We're all here trying to put this together in a way that makes logical sense, but none of this makes any sense. The more we look into it, the more questions I have. Are you sure that back door doesn't open? Which one? This one? This little thing here? It looks like it's just one door, isn't it? Yeah, there is no room at all. They're probably the suicide doors. Yeah, this is definitely a a two-door truck. Because we have normal brains. Yes, exactly. Check out the pics of the back seat of the work truck. There is no room. Yeah, there really is no room. How did this happen? I don't understand this. It just makes no logical sense in my brain how he was able to do all of this in so little time with so little space. 3 bodies, mind you, 3. All 3 bodies were put in the bed of the truck. That's not possible, though. In the bed? You mean, like, back here? There's no way. There is no room. How could the bodies just be dangling off of the truck? They're just tiny little itty bitty. Okay, let me see. Let's look up the truck. Yeah, there's no way. They did not go in the bed. Chris Watts is stupid, but I don't think he's that stupid. I don't think he's stupid enough to put bodies right in the back right here. Okay, here's a photo, and this is from. All right. Here's a photo. This is from Reddit. So we got to take it with a grain of salt, of course, but this is a photo from Reddit here. Okay. So this is the actual photo of the truck. We know this. So it is just one single door. Look at the inside, though. So that means that the girls were sitting here and Shanann's body fit here. So did Chris push his seat forward all the way and was driving like this, basically? He was stupid enough to dispose of them where he worked. I mean, yes, that's true. That's very true. Yeah, he is stupid enough to do that. So then, yeah, what do we think then? So that means that Shanann was never in that truck. So those bottom parts of the seat do lift up, but there's still not enough room. 150 pounds and pregnant. Where where was Shanann? Was she in another truck? Was she in another car? Because this actually doesn't even this does not look possible. It really doesn't. Even with the little bit of time that Chris had to load bodies that morning, this would have taken way longer. If he didn't kill her in the bed, why were the sheets missing? He could have easily moved his work equipment before Shanann got home and moved it back, using the tarp in the basement to cover up the body en route. Hmm. So we're saying that he probably moved stuff in the back and then put her body in the back of the truck and then covered her with a tarp? Because there's no room. There's no room down here. Although a thought just came up. We do see movement where Chris is on one side of the truck and then he comes around the other side, right? We do see that. So it is, I don't know. Again, it's possible that he probably pushed the seats forward. He tried to get Shanann in here. He comes around and then he pulls her from the other side, but we didn't really see that much movement either. It was a 40-minute drive. The doors open. Yes, her body would fit there. The bench goes up. You could put a deer in there. In here? Would have to be a different truck. A truck never checked and sold soon after. Yeah, Nichol Kessinger sold her white Toyota 4Runner. Yeah, dead weight is impossible. He used the sheets to drag her out. It is. This is crazy, right? This is so crazy. So then what happened? What happened that morning? Yeah, he's not acting right. He's putting bodies in here. But then where does Shanann's body go? If we are to believe that he killed his family at the house and he killed his daughters as well. His daughters could very easily fit in here, but Shanann does not fit in here. Unless Shanann's body was on the actual seats. But then the girls were sitting in there, according to Chris. There was a strange truck there that morning. Yeah, the only way he could have gotten her there was with assistance of another person. Yes. I mean, Shanann miscarried her child. How could there be no fluids in the truck? Exactly. Exactly. And this is the thing. We know that they were smothered or strangled, but there are still bodily fluids. Especially from Shanann. She was pregnant. So there had to have been some type of cleanup. And if there was a dead body in the truck, why was the truck not examined? It's being taken away. But then as soon as Chris confessed, what happened? They stopped everything? They didn't check any DNA in the truck? Nothing? She sold it within days. Yes. She actually sold it within the same week, I believe. It's what I read somewhere. Okay, the truck is 2 doors and 2 half back doors that open together, kind of like a spread. Wait, so are you saying this is a back door as well? Hurt Locker? So they open not like or what is it? Not like that, but like this? Not like this, but like this. Is basically how they're opening. Cover up. Yes. We wouldn't have these many questions if this case had gone to trial. She had to sell the 4Runner to pay off DA Rourke. Yes. She pawned it. She pawned her 4Runner. All with the batteries. All the batteries were in the back. Yes, a half door. Okay. Those doors do open. But see, yeah, it's the thing. I see reading this, sometimes it's just not all that reliable. If we had the actual model of the truck, do we know what kind of truck? It's a 4x4. What is this? What kind of truck is this? They swing out away from the passenger driver door with a handle on the side door. She wouldn't have been screaming. Both Anadarko and Lavelle had much to lose had the case gone to trial. Oh, I agree. I agree. Okay, so then we're going to say these are the doors that do open outward this way, right? Just search coffin birth happens 4 hours after death. Didn't he say that Bella said something stank? Yes. Yeah. Chris said that Bella said, "What is that smell?" While she was sitting back here with her legs dangling over Shanann's body, according to Chris. Although now that I'm seeing this, it doesn't really seem all that possible. But okay, we have a car. The truck is a Ford F-250. Okay, it's an F-250. Okay. So we have a Ford. Okay, Ford F-250. Oh, these are the new kinds, though. I wonder what year this one was, the one that Chris Watts drove. Maybe like a 2015? Ford. Okay. Ford F-250. Okay, let's see here. Just gonna pull up this one. Oh, wait, you guys can't see that. Okay. Here's this one. Okay, so it looks like it's the same type, right? Because it doesn't have that other door on the side. What does it tell us? What does it tell us? The right is quiet. Okay, whatever. Don't really care about that. What about the actual... Okay, maybe the features? No, not the features. I don't care about the features either. What is the towing capacity? I don't know. Yeah, but it looks like this is the kind of truck. It's this one here. That truck has so much evidence, including all of his driving records. Yeah, his GPS, everything. Everything of that morning was recorded in that GPS. And let's see here. I'm going to pull up some of that stuff here. Especially the GPS routes, because the GPS routes are very interesting when we see them, especially the morning of when he's leaving. We can see exactly all of the stops that Chris was making on his way there. Let's see here. Okay, well we have this. And this is the one I was trying to pull up. Okay, so here's the actual drive route of Chris Watts that morning. So where we see here It shows that the car was parked at 2825 Saratoga Trail, and this is through the weekend. So look at this. And then it starts to drive at 5:18 a.m. That's when he got up and he moved the car. And then he makes it all the way to what is it? Yeah, Keensburg. All of that is here. So what we really have to be looking at on top of everything else that we're looking at is trying to see if this is even possible. Is it possible to drive all the way out there with one, possibly two or three dead bodies, have to get out to Survey 319, dig a hole if it wasn't previously dug up already, dig the hole, then you have to murder two more people, climb up and down open hatches without fainting, by the way. You have to do all of this so fast without fainting from the smells of crude oil. Open both hatches, get two bodies in there, come back downstairs, change your clothes because now you smell like crude oil, and pretend like nothing happened. Oh, yeah. And not even get a headache or anything. No headaches. He opened a hatch full of crude oil, dumped his daughters in there, but no smell, no headache, no nausea, nothing. And he did all of this in how long? 30 minutes? How is that even believable? This doesn't make sense. It's just this is unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. Again, he did all of this while he was also texting his coworkers. Texting coworkers. Someone threw up at Survey? What? I can barely get my coffee made on a Monday morning. Exactly. So much was happening that morning. Look at this. Yeah, what do we think? What do we think happened? I thought that by watching the canine video that we would have more answers, but I ended up with more questions. I really did. I ended up with more questions. The beds don't really, the height isn't there for anybody to hide. So I don't, that theory is out the window. Um, I believed, at least I did. I believed for a long time that Shanann was in the back of the truck on the floor. But now that we're looking at these pictures, they don't really make any sense. It doesn't really make any sense that Shanann would be in here. So now I have more questions about that. And then the questions I always had, is it even possible to do all of this in the time that Chris had? He had an allotted time of what? 30 minutes to dispose of bodies, 40 minutes to get there, and about 45 minutes to murder people at the house. So he did all of this in less than 3 hours? 3 people? The idiot? The potato head? Without getting caught? This is why everyone was already dead when he left the house that morning. Yeah, and this is why a lot of you believe that they were already dead, because it does seem like a lot, right? It does seem like a lot, but I also do think about it, and I think, was Chris just procrastinating? He knew that he had to do this, but he was leaving the hardest work for last. I copied that description of the F-250 extended cab. Okay. I don't think you could make up Bella saying daddy no. I agree with you, Angel. I agree. I don't think that he can make up that Bella said, "Daddy, no." I think a lot of that story just does seem believable because of how gross it is. It's so gruesome that I can't even think of anybody coming up with something like that as fiction. It had to be real. I don't agree with how the law discounts the unborn baby. They are already sentient beings or sentient beings. Um, yeah, he picked up one of the kids in the yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the shadow that we're talking about, the shadow by the truck. Yeah, it looks like he's picking up a child. I agree. Babies that month can hear and see in the belly. Yeah. So again, hey, more questions. I have more questions now, more questions than answers. And nothing new. So after watching all of these videos, I don't think that we have really anything new to add to our calendar here based on what we just watched. But if there is anything else that we need to add, let me know. Drop it in the community tab. Um, yeah, anytime that you guys let me know something, I put it in here. One of you guys let me know about the weight loss journey, I put it in here. And what else did we add? Oh yeah, we added here the Twister date. We added the Twister dates, and then we added oh yeah, we added some of the text messages. But nothing for the K9 unit. Nothing for the K9 unit that I can add unless you guys have something that we can add to this. Something happened on August 8th. What happened on August 8th? And we have to go through all of Chris Watts's text messages, so that is going to be our next live stream. I am basically done putting or at least organizing all of those text messages. There were so many. So just organizing Chris Watts's text messages by the day and then the time so that we can watch it as we're watching these videos and then kind of try and piece together what was happening the morning of while Chris was texting. And then maybe we can have kind of a visual of what happened Monday morning. So that's going to be our next live stream, guys. That's going to be our next live stream, and that one I have planned for Monday. So Monday morning at 11 a.m., same time as always, our next live stream, we will be putting together Chris Watts's text messages and trying to come up with whether or not this is doable based on Chris's text messages, based on what was going on that day, and by seeing the videos at the same time so that we can run them together. How does that sound? But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. A lot, right? We do have a lot. But I ended up with more questions. To be completely honest, I ended up with way more questions than answers now. Thank you all so, so much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for all of your help, all of your thoughts, your opinions, your theories. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. All help is appreciated. And again, let me know if you come up with something or you see something and we need to put it in the calendar or we need to watch something as a group. Let me know. We'll do it for sure. And even though we didn't get many answers today, I still feel like we've narrowed it down because this is the thing, even if we don't get close to an actual theory that is plausible, at least we have gotten rid of the theories that are not plausible. So every step is important, right? Every single thing that we watch, at least we're getting rid of the things that don't make sense and making room for things that do make sense. So thank you all so, so much. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for all of your help on this. Thank you. Take care. Please be safe out there. Please be safe out there. Thank you all so much. If you like this live stream, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you to my members, and a very special thanks to all of my moderators. Thank you so much for keeping the chat nice and welcoming for everybody. I love you all. Take care, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend.